The microphones are on because we are highly trained professionals at Tarnation TV. Thank you for watching the Talladega Nights Online Racing League. This is a Shake and Bake series, and this is race number 3 of season number 3. Ooh, number 3s.
Spooky.
Dale Earnhardt Sr., the greatest who ever lived. My name is Blaine Donlin. I'm joined with Brad Leckerman. What's up, buddy?
Hey, dude. What is going on this evening? Talladega at night.
Yes, we are running the night version of Talladega here, thanks to Broken Screwdrivers, as they put Talladega under the lights. So this is going to be an exciting race. And man, oh man, there is so many drivers here this evening, I tell you.
Right? I got my shoes off, counted as high as I could, and then at times by 2, and I'm still not there. We're almost a full house tonight, aren't we?
Yes, Mr. Bob Dixon actually had to pay for more slots because the TeamSpeak taps out at a limit where we were afraid some people might not be able to get in.
No kidding.
So the race can only hold 43 people. Can you see my screen okay?
I see just fine, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing happening currently, but I'm just making sure that you're connected. But yeah, so what would happen is in a situation like this, it's going to have to be a knockout qualifying because we can only have 41 drivers on the track, and there's about 50 plus that showed up to race tonight.
No kidding.
So
that's a good problem to have.
That's an excellent problem to have. That's what I said to Jeff. I said, you couldn't have a better problem than too many people like your league that they all show up here and want to go for it. So I'm kind of thinking like
some qualifying is going to be interesting this evening.
Right. So how that'll work is currently I just put the current season points up on screen there. So you can see the top 10 highlighted in green, of course, of the drivers who would qualify. It's actually 11 because Larry Windham and Greg Palmer are tied for position 10 with 240 points apiece after 2 races. But the top 30 guys, you can see there from Pat McCarskey all the way up to Mark Paglia. They will, if those top 30 have shown up today, they will be guaranteed to race. They don't do a knockout qualifying with the entire field. So they guarantee the first 30 guys in the season's points will be in the race.
Okay.
And then they'll take the rest of the people that showed up, which is probably going to be about 15 or 20, and they're going to go into a qualifying session by themselves.
Okay, then it's a race out from there.
Yeah. And then they'll take 11. They'll take 11 drivers, and that will fill the field to 41. So, and you've chosen to sit in the same room next to me today to free up a driver's spot, man. So you're a hero.
Well, it was, right? It's I don't throw a hero around. I mean, sure, I was a hero, but I mean, beyond that, it was nothing heroic. I just did the best thing I could, and I got out of the way.
No. Yeah, you're one of those heroes.
It was just like let me just step to the side and allow this to proceed. So yeah, by proxy of just not doing anything, I did a lot.
You're like Captain Hindsight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank me for my non-sacrifice and something that doesn't disrupt my evening at all, other than I'm watching what you do. So it's actually even less work for me. So I'm actually he's the hero for knocking me out.
It's cool though. Like we kind of had the discussion before the race started here. The festivities started with Jeff, and we're kind of like, well, let's put more drivers on the track, man. Like we have the technology available here where I can use technology known as Discord to share my screen directly to Brad, so he doesn't have to take up a replay spot in the race. So it'll be definitely fun. We get like 41 guys out there because it's a 43 pit stall track.
Yep. 1
spot's taken up by the server, and then usually 2 spots will be taken up by broadcast, but today will be 1. So yeah, man, it's packed, jam-packed house tonight. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. In the YouTube chat, Chris Elliott saying hello to you, Mr. Blaine Donlin. So we already got we're up to 15 people watching already.
Yeah. Chris has got to be in there, right? I'm going to check.
So, man.
I'm going to check the driver entries. I guess maybe Chris is not racing. There is no number 9. So yeah, thanks for watching, Chris. Chris pulling her up. One part of the Talladega, the Talladega Nights upper echelon management office group of administrators, management CEOs, all those guys that they sit up in their tower. We thought we were high up here. Yeah, we thought we were high up here in the Tarnation TV blimp. Well, the whole Elliott family and the Dixons and all those guys are even higher. They ride around in a blimp that's 10 feet higher than ours. Right.
We don't have the good helium.
No, we got the bad helium.
It's a financial thing, but we're working on it.
Rodney Sullins. Right? Yes, Rodney Sullins in the YouTube chat there asks, what time is Q? Meaning, what time is qualifying? Currently, they're probably trying to figure out how to get all these drivers in here. There is a process that they're going to have to go and basically, like I said, they lock in the 30 guys. Those drivers will have to be out of the server so that the remaining 15 or 20 can go into their qualifying session to determine the final 11 spots. So qualifying should take place any time now. So we will patiently await the process. Do you want to see some clips from the truck race, dude?
Do I want to see some clips? Absolutely.
Yeah. So
we got this. Oh, also more chatter in the YouTube comment there too. But
go for it.
Oh, we got Dale Hunsford saying, "Good evening, everyone, and hoping for a good race." He's going to be out there next week. He said and then I didn't see. And then Chris said he was spending some time with the grandbabies tonight, and then he shouted out, "Good luck to everyone, and happy with the turnout." So, yeah, cool. We already got 15 people watching, myself included. So, inflated numbers, but I'll allow it because, you know what, you got to get to the top somehow. So, nothing wrong with a little cheating here and there. And that's why you'll find a little surprise in your gas tank this race. But I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, we had to smuggle some stuff down there trackside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be worth your while.
Yeah. Illegal substances in the gas tanks tonight and in the tires too. One guy even opted not to put air in the tires. He used another substance that I never even heard of before. And hopefully the car sticks really good, but is also really light. It's crazy. But the fun thing about the knockout qualifying is, like we were saying, it's a good problem to have here. And if you want, I'll show you this clip. You won't be able to see it. It'll be live on the broadcast, obviously. Brad, you won't be able to see it.
I'll look for it on the broadcast screen there.
Yeah,
I'll watch it on the replay on the blimp cam.
Yeah, we have cameras. We have screens on the back of every seat in this arena. So last night, the truck race, these guys were running. I couldn't run the trucks yesterday because I was at a local music gig. But this was recorded yesterday. We just grabbed a few laps from the middle of the race. These guys basically, I believe the race only had like 3 yellow flags, Jeff was saying, and one of them was just for a blown engine, which is a random occurrence in NASCAR racing 2003 season where you can, engines fail in real life. And that's the great thing about the sim is the stuff is, it's completely random. But, these guys here running 3 wide the whole entire night. 1 yellow comes out for a failed engine. The other 2 accidents happen. But, this clip we captured here, it's just, no big deal. 39 cars just going for a 3-wide drive around Talladega Super Speedway. If you do want to race with these guys and you are familiar with how this game works, definitely get a hold of either Chris, Jeff, Greg Palmer. Basically, any driver you see in here tonight will be able to get you into contact with Talladega Nights. They have a website available in the description below. And underneath the website, Jeffrey just fired up a Facebook page.
Right, the Facebook page, and then also even on Reddit. Go everywhere. Tomorrow, I keep seeing NASCAR 2003 everywhere, so I'm joining everything I can. I'm on the Facebook. I'm on the Reddit. Just sign up for everything so you don't miss out. See what's going on.
Yeah, the Reddit is really cool. There's a really big community on Reddit. Discord, it's lots of leagues on Discord. I was watching
posting all the cool renders and stuff on Reddit. I've been looking at some of those new ones, seeing that's pretty awesome.
Can you believe that those renders are coming out of this game? Now, mind you, the paint jobs are coming out of this game into the renders, but sometimes you can't really tell if those are real photos or not.
I'd have to look twice easily on a few occasions. I'm like, that's insane. Like on a 20-year-old game, this is what we're looking at. Like I know there's some magic and some smoke and mirrors, but it's still impressive. I don't care.
It is, and there's things like with Blender being free, and Blender is a free 3D rendering program,
Yeah,
which
I
is
just
how they
started
come
playing
up.
with that.
Yeah, and guys make scene renders for the cars, and they give them up there for nothing. You download them, you put them in. You can put your own cars on there, and you can take your own screenshots.
I'm
Great
watching
for
your clip there
advertising.
now. It's playing on the YouTube feed live, and yeah, they say 3 wide, just going for a cruise. Hey, go for a coffee? Sure. Let's do a few laps first.
You want to go for coffee? We're going to go for coffee. Go for coffee. It's funny, too, because, like, this type of racing, it's... And I've raced with these guys in the truck series, in the cars. I've raced with these guys a lot, and this happens a lot. And, man, when you race like this under green flag conditions for that long, it's fatiguing, not only just because of, like, you know, having to kind of just finesse that wheel and every little movement counts. Mentally fatiguing, trying to, like, there's somebody going to the pits right there. Mentally fatiguing, trying to just keep that thing from bouncing off anything else.
Right?
You know, it's from
drifting up over that line. Like,
yeah.
Oh, after lap 3, I'm already breaking into a sweat. I'm not having any race yet. That's why I say I'd be nervous to even look at hopping on with these guys because it's so tight. They've definitely got that dialed in. But yeah, no wonder you're gonna sleep well that night, right? Or that after a dirt track night, I should say.
Yeah, the dirt tracking's another one hosted by Bob Sire there. But yeah, it's the mental fatigue of, like, the concentration involved in, like, trying to keep these things in a straight line. And we've seen it in past weeks where guys will be racing 3 wide for 4 or 5 laps, and then you'll just have an accident, and it looks like a horrible accident. But then when you go back and look at the replay, it's the matter of a driver merely sliding up not even half a lane.
Jeffrey,
we got
56 to the tower.
We got Jeff chirping the tower. Jeffrey, this is the tower. Go ahead.
Well, hello, Tower. Hello, Blaine. Hello, Brad.
Hey, sir.
Good evening.
Are you ready for driver introductions?
Driver introductions would be fantastic.
I will be bringing you up. 1 second.
All right, we're going to do some driver intros.
All right.
Now, how do I get rid of that? The B button. Away it goes. Here's your entry list for this evening. As you can see there, Race LM, that is the... Jeffrey will be pulling me up there in a second, buddy, so you will not be able to hear me. Hey, there we are. Good evening, everybody. Tarnation TV live on YouTube. As always, thanks again. This is going to be an amazing night, so I'll give it back to Jeff. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
Thanks, Blaine. Glad to have you back from your little mini vacation. We're going to give the audience and the drivers and their families a list of the drivers tonight racing, and we're going to start with the number 1 guy, number 0 car.
Number 0, Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana, driving the Wounded Warriors U.S. Navy Dodge. Good evening, Blaine.
Gary Heiser, driving the number 3 GM Goodrich Chevrolet out of Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Number 7, Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware. The Menards STP Ford Mustang.
Kelly Causey from Lucedale, Mississippi, driving the 00 Mac Tools Chevy.
Larry Wyndham, Blue Mountain, Mississippi, driving the 09 Black Hawk Down Chevy. Keep rocking in the free world, y'all.
Driving the number 12 Four Scheme Dale Earnhardt GM Goodrich Chevrolet is Gary Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida.
Number 19, Chris Aiken, Josh's Eggs, Dodge Challenger by Atlantic Racing World Incorporated.
Randy Waugh, driving number 21 Dodge Crimson Tide. Shout out to Corey Waugh, Zach, Debbie, Derek, and Mike.
Randy Waugh.
Craig Palmer, driving number 22 Double Deuce. out of Delaware. Good luck, everybody.
And driving the number 23, out of Plum, Pennsylvania, Doug Hewlett.
Hey, Billy Ellisor, driving the number 26 Flintstone Dodge.
Driving the 28, Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia, the Wood Brothers Ford Mustang.
Number 29, Brian Wolf, driving the Ending Gun Violence Chevy Camaro.
Jeff Goodpaster, number 33, Mac Tools Ford.
Danny Carroll, number 41, driving the Second Amendment Dodge.
Bob Dixon, number 43 from Macon, Georgia. Hey, Trey.
Tom Dixon, number 45, Chevrolet Batman car from Byron, Georgia. And my biggest fans watching this tonight, and that's Tracy. And appreciate you guys. Good luck.
And number 48, Alex Moe, Riverside, California, driving the Lowe's Chevrolet.
Dave Jandry, driving the 51 out of Dixon, Illinois.
Ken Roberts, driving the 55 Mountain Dew Chevrolet, painted up by Artie Solons.
Jeffrey Elliott, driving number 56 Talladega Night Chevrolet out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Good luck, everybody.
James Black in the number 58 from Shermansdale, Pennsylvania, Black Bandit Motorsports. Good luck, everybody.
Keith Bynum driving the number 63 Chevrolet Camaro hubcap anti-car. I'm going to praise the Lord for having such a great group of guys to race with and have fun, everybody.
Amen.
Seth Cole, Nelston, New York, driving the number 63 Hallmark International Chevrolet Camaro.
Ed Finley from Long Island, New York, driving the number 80 U.S. Air Force Rolling Thunder Dodge Challenger. God bless the USA.
Craig Hagley out of Paducah, Kentucky, driving an 82 McBee Excavating Hot Rod Ford Mustang. And a shout out to Lane and my buddy Kevin.
Number 85, Josh 2 from Dunn, North Carolina, driving the Josh's Eggs Dodge.
Grant Wesley from Princeton, Indiana, driving a number 88 NOS Energy Dodge Challenger.
Jessica Shelton, Florence, South Carolina, driving the Flat Out Racing Network, number 94 Chevrolet Camaro.
Number 96 car, Ulises Sandoval, representing the Gun Brothers team.
Mike Mangialardi driving the 029 Ford Mustang Black Hawk Down car. Shout out to my friends watching out of the Rainier Room, and good luck all.
Brian Lovell driving number 043 STP Chevrolet, representing Wolfpack Racing, as well from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Nate Bolsa driving the 079 ASPCA Chevrolet out of Seattle, Washington. Good luck.
Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gate, Virginia, driving a number 088 Mountain Dew Ford Mustang. Good luck, guys.
Josh Boyer, Athens, Ohio, 141 Ford Mustang.
Dan Lovell driving the 388 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Eagles car. Give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Bonnie. Love you, honey.
Stephen Brandstetter driving the 510 Shake and Bake Ford Mustang from Ranelette, Oklahoma.
John Godfrey driving the 711 LeJoy's Camaro. Good luck, everybody.
Matt McIntyre in the 738 Unicorn Flakes Camaro out of Seth Cole Motorsports.
Robert Breedlove driving a 931 Oreo Trans Am out of South Carolina.
There you go, Blaine Donlin. Tarnation TV is your 4041 car field. Good luck to all you guys tonight. Blaine, do you have anything you'd like to sound off on before I send you back to your tower?
No, always excited to call these races, and it looks like we got a full list of drivers this evening, so this is going to be awesome. Thanks for showing up, guys. Good luck, and keep her between the ditches.
Hey, Blaine,
Thank
I'd like to
you
give
for
a
what you
shout
do.
out to
Thank you, Blaine, brother.
Thanks,
Frank
Blaine.
Gibbons for the paint scheme.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Same here. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, thank you, Frank. Good painter, man.
Back in the booth. Hey, man, what's going on? I like what you've done to the place.
Hey, well, you're gone long enough, so I redecorated the blimp.
Nice.
Put TV screens everywhere. So you remember that old show, Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
There's a new one called Pimp My Blimp, and they put they put TV screens inside the TV screens. It's incredible. Everything.
Whoa!
It's
I see
TV
that.
screens all the way down. But hey, enough about that. We got everybody set up, lined up for the race. What are we? What's the status here? So now we're waiting on the qualifying, or did we get that done?
No, we've got our final 41, which just ran down there, the entry list, and they are getting ready to head to qualifying currently.
That was okay. Yeah, sorry, I was asleep at the wheel there.
No, yeah, because that was those are the drivers that will be in the race today, and a bunch of new names in there too. I noticed Matt McIntyre. He's been here before in cahoots with Seth Cole. Josh Boyer in the 141 car. Josh Boyer, never, not familiar with that name. Ulysses Sandoval in the 96. Always cool to see these guys. Josh 2 is coming back. Jim Black has made the last few races. Jeff Goodpaster's been here before. Always good to see Brian Wolf in there as well. Chris Aiken is back. Looks like Gary Mingus actually got his game working. Gary was having some issues with RLM Arena not launching scripts properly. I think it's possible it just took a Windows update. But we were working frantically with him. When I say we, I had nothing to do with it. I just saw he started a thread on Facebook, and there was like 20 people helping him with it. So it looks like it worked because Gary is on the track this eve. So that's cool, man.
It is.
We got a lot of chatter in the YouTube channel there. I see you're in there too.
Well, I've got to, bolster the numbers so it looks like we're doing something worthwhile watching, right? I also have my mom, my aunt. Each of my dogs has his own separate phone I bought specifically for them to boost our viewership. It's cheaper than buying bots, honestly. Look at where we are. Oh, we just lost a viewer. Sorry. Must have been one of my dogs logged off.
Went and did it. Oh, you canceled the app there, Fido. What were you thinking?
Come on.
What are your dogs' names again? I can't remember.
It's Loki and Hammersmith. No, I can't say the names on there because then if you knew my dog's names, then you would know my password to my bank account. So it's definitely not Pooh and Rex.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's some cybersecurity. Never answer those trick questions. Like, hey, that's a cool dog. What's his name? And where did you go to elementary school? And what was your best friend's name?
Right.
These are questions that you don't want to answer online. We're like, well, except for, so they know it's you. I got to change some of my answers now. Dang.
Imagine meeting some random guy on the street and he's just like, hey, man, nice to meet you. Just curious. What's your mother's maiden name? I'm like,
Right.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Weird.
Thanks for asking.
You've been robbed.
Oh, man. Exactly. Identity theft is not funny.
Nope. Yeah, it's, excuse me, pardon me, that's me coughing into the microphone. Yeah, we've currently got a little bit of a practice session here. It's just, I'll give you something else to look at. Just running some laps here for about the next minute or so before we head into qualifying to wrap up the qualifying session for this evening. Coming up shortly. So it looks like some of the drivers that were probably scheduled to race are sitting in the YouTube channel. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you like what you're looking at, definitely subscribe to the channel. Do you know how many subscribers we're sitting at?
More than 10.
98.
Well, that's a lot more than I. Wow, fantastic! 98.
Do you think we'll get 2 more this evening?
If we beg,
break down 100.
Me, huh? I'm not.
I'm thinking
not
2.
Please, hey, do it. Help some fella out.
See, I'm thinking though, right? I'm thinking out of the box. I'm thinking, you know what? Hey, maybe for the next, maybe say 10 minutes or so, right? Subscriptions are on the house.
Free subscriptions? Are
Free
you kidding
subscriptions, buddy.
And then what about Lucky? Who's about the 100th subscriber? What does he get?
The 100th subscriber gets to click the thumbs up button and watch all the other videos.
Maybe they get to announce the beginning of the next race. Start your engines.
That would be cool, because currently it's Jeffrey that's doing it. He hogs all the thunder.
But I'm saying, if we get those subscriptions up there, I don't know. We got to make it like gambling. Everybody likes gambling. We just have to make it not seem like gambling, but still be the thrill of winning something that doesn't cost anything because we got nothing to give you.
I wonder, is there a way to see specifically who was the 100th? Because that would be kind of neat.
I don't know. I'm not
to let them do the drivers start your engines
That's a
call.
question for Google and or Siri.
I'm thinking both.
Yeah,
because when you ask Siri, when you ask Siri, she just Googles it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
of course
is race.
That's
yeah. Why wouldn't she? She's just like us.
Sorry.
Smartphones breed dumb people.
Exactly. I'll look that up later.
All right, we have entered a qualifying sesh, which means I need to get in there and retire my truck. Whoops, I mean car.
It is.
I'm gonna make sure
that is in fact a car.
I'm making sure to do that today. Whenever we're calling a truck waste, we just call them a truck waste. We always call them cars. So let's just flip that around today and call them all.
Hopefully, I was
like
playing a little fun game at home tonight, and you can if you want at home too. But every time Blaine calls it a truck or a car, I'm going to drink. So I'm probably liquored by the third lap. No,
right.
I'm just kidding.
That's like
I don't have that kind of money for that much booze. Get out of here.
It's like that Police song, Roxanne. You've probably heard it. Every time he says Roxanne, take a shot, he can't get through verse 1.
No. Is that a thing? No, forget it.
That's a song.
I know it's a song, but about shooting through taking the shot, no, that part.
I heard that was a drinking game. I'm not playing that game. That's insane, man.
That sounds like a bad tomorrow.
That's like
it might be a fun 5-minute game, but then this game's over.
Every time like Blink 182 is like voice inside my head. Every time he pronounces head wrong, yed, drink.
Yep.
You'd be hammered in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah. This album makes me puke every time I put it on.
every time Blink 182 sings a song, every time Blink 182 whines in a song, drink. That's all they do.
Exactly.
All the small things. Calm down, Blink 182.
Just take a breath. It's gonna be all right. We'll get through it.
Man, I can't wait for this race. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this, so this is gonna be a good.
Yeah, well, last week we didn't get to do it live, unfortunately, so we called it after the fact. But it's never as fun. It's always fun.
But it's definitely different.
It's different. I like the live. I don't know. It's a little more impactful, I think, for the suspense, because you've probably already seen the replay by that point. I don't watch the replay. I always try not to go into it blind, if you will. No spoilers for the race if we record it the next day.
Right.
Because I like to see in it, but yeah, something about watching it live and being in the moment, doing the burnouts, and I guess just interacting more with all the drivers and just having them come in. Obviously it's a shorter on the replay that we do, and it's a lot quieter.
It is, yeah, because we got to fill all that time, but we are able to fast forward through stuff. I just put up on the screen there. The links are in the description for everything on your screen right now. We basically have started streaming on YouTube, which obviously we've got a lot of chatter on YouTube. That's our main, what do they call it, platform. The Facebook page is also a big one. We started streaming on Facebook there last week, and we've also done Twitch and a thing called Kick that we're kind of hit and miss on right now. I'm currently not broadcasting on Kick because I can't. Not that I can't. I just can't do 4 at once. We found that out a couple weeks ago where we were broadcasting on all 4, and it was kind of choking. So I stopped broadcasting on Kick currently. But the youtube.com/@Tarnation TV TURBO, that link is pretty fun because we'll end up doing that stuff on Friday nights when I race in the truck race. Of course, it hasn't happened the last 2 weeks because I've been busy doing music stuff. But, you got to support the bands who support the show that we're doing. This evening it is Shadows on Fire. How do you like that segue?
Hey. If you could ever segue into a band name like that, then good for you. I'm glad you tried, because I tried. But yeah,
I just do the music thing.
No, the music thing is good. No, those guys are always providing us some rockin' tunes. We're very thankful to them. Their link is in the description because they don't yet have a website or a following. Are they on Spotify and stuff like that, or not?
56 to the tower. 56 to the tower.
Oh, there we go. 56. Go ahead.
Or if you're ready for that, pole sitter.
Send the pole sitter down to the booth, or up to the booth.
Up to the blimp.
10-4. Just need a 5.
All right, we're going to get the pole sitter, which will be, let me see, Greg Level. Wow. 5.2.
Right.
0.431. Greg Level in the 088 live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, man.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
That's
Greg Level.
that lap, 5.2.431. That's blistering fast.
Yeah, I was surprised, but I told the guy that I got on a whisper button that was probably going to be a good lap because I was just so smooth on the bottom. My last lap, I don't think I have been that smooth in a long time. I mean, I didn't move up or down or nothing. It was just completely perfect.
Is that your fastest lap you've ever done?
I believe it is. Yep.
I remember we talked about it before, and I don't believe it was that quick. And I think that beats the record.
I think my fastest one before this one was a 4:34, I believe.
Wow. Crazy laps, man. There's a strategy to qualifying, and I don't know it, but I also am not a big fan of running in front right at the start anyway. So you guys can take it. You guys can handle it. Yeah, I know. You've offered that to me before, how to the tricks of the trade, but I don't know. I don't know if I can handle the pressure.
You got to run so close to the wall your first couple laps. You're almost scraping it. That's where your speed comes in at.
Yeah, I'm looking at here. Race number 1 qualified first. Race number 2 qualified first. Race number 1 finished in 4th. Race number 2 finished in 10th. So yeah, you like to hang out at the front of these things. So is that the plan to deceive?
Oh yeah, try to stay in the top 5, man, because that just seems to be where the wrecks don't happen usually. You know, if you're 15th back, it just seems to be to me that's where all the wrecks happen at.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a boiling pot back there, I guess. Of a little bit more 3-wide action going on back there. Guys trying to push to the front. Where if you're up in that top 5, top 10, you just kind of content just being up there. Might not be racing as hard.
Yeah, if you fall in 4th place or something, it's best to just ride there. If you have to do it the whole race until the end.
Right, because at the end of the day, you only need to lead 1 lap.
Yep, that's all you got to lead is that last one.
So who are you racing for tonight? You got any shout-outs?
Not really.
Nope, just out there to win it.
Pretty much. I don't know. I got a few friends on the track, though. Hopefully they'll be around me tonight with 5 to go.
Right. That's the plan. You got anything to say, Jeff? I noticed you just slid in here.
Yes, I believe, I'm not too far behind him on the start of this race. I think his shout out is that this one's for you, Jeffrey. That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, there you go.
That sounds like something he would say.
Exactly. He's a good old boy. Thanks, Greg. Great job, man. You always get up there in top 1 or 2. So good luck tonight, and I'll see you at the finish line.
You too, Jeff. Good luck tonight. Thank you, Blaine.
Thanks, Greg.
And
good
Brad.
luck tonight.
Yeah, you too, bud. Have a good race.
Thanks, guys.
There it is. Greg Level, man. That's a crazy fast lap, dude. Yeah.
Do we have the stats on the fastest lap of the 3 seasons? Do we have a record for Talladega?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, we track a lot of statistics. The qualifying times would be in the exports. I would actually have to go back and find that because the export that I'm looking at currently is just the official end of race standings.
Gotcha.
But yeah, every export from the race does actually give you that number
I'd be curious
of your actually qualifying time.
It wouldn't be too hard to find. There's only been 10 races, 12 races a season for 3 seasons. So I'm not saying that do you have all those numbers? I'm sure somebody must, would they? Or somebody kept track of that?
I pretty consistently export. You can see this button down the bottom here, this export button. I will export the race statistics after every race. And if I don't have them, one of the league administrator guys would have them too, because they all do the same thing. They save the replay, they save the export. So it would be interesting to go back and check that qualifying time. because by
I'd
yourself,
like to find out just because, yeah, like for what that is, 52.431. Get out of here! Like that's crazy. I know he said he had a 434 before,
I
so
think so.
431. I mean, at a certain point, like I bet you're gonna have a couple guys tied for first because you can only go so fast by yourself around that track. I mean, short of having the cleanest line in the history of racing and having just everything, the tire temps and whatever on your side, right? Just a little bit of wind at your tail.
Because I believe the trick is you do some burnouts before you head out, and you ride that wall for the first lap because you get 2 laps to qualify, and then it's just a longer way around the track, so you get a little bit more heat in the tires. And then when you hug that yellow line, if you can hug that yellow line all the way around on that final lap, that's going to be your money. And it is very rare to see a 0.43. Like that is, you can see Ken Robertson second got a 4.49.
Right. And I'm pretty sure the ones we've seen this season now, if I'm not mistaken, we've been in the 4.4s or higher. Maybe not, but it seemed to me like that's the lowest I've seen in a while. So.
No, and I like that request of maybe I should maybe go back and look at those exports and see if I can pull qualifying results and see if
you probably should
4.31
make you a lot better broadcaster.
Yeah, just tell me what to do. Yeah, you want to check out. What I think
and another thing.
And another thing. Let's see. Drivers, start your engines here. Yeah.
Oh,
drivers, start your engines. The Grand Marshal this evening, as always, is Jeffrey Elliott, and I'll let you know in advance that I spelled Marshall wrong. But that's my bad. And you know what? That's.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talladega Nights. Racing on the fastest track, Talladega Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine!
Hey, Adam Semenik, Larry R.
I just realized something too. That the Gentlemen Start Your Engines video that I have to play was shot on the day version of Talladega. And we're currently at the night. So the video shows what am I trying to say? The video shows the sun flare. The sun flare in the camera when it's clearly dark. I just realized that, so maybe I have to re-record that.
Oh, I'm going to watch for it on the stream here. Right now, it's showing that the car is doing the laps around the.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching again. We are almost at 100 subscribers, so that's kind of neat to maybe hit 100. And if you do want to know what we look like, there's a picture of Brad and Blaine in the commenters for this evening.
Oh, you got our good sides.
Oh, the great sides. Our good sides are opposite, which we planned out when we were children because we always walked beside each other. So,
well, you had to have a side. It didn't make sense to not, right? Like, what are we going to do? Just walk all willy-nilly? Get out of here.
What are we going to do? I mean, come on. There's got to be a plan. What are you, crazy?
Right.
There's the pace car leaving. There's our faces leaving. And we're about to go green flag ration here. Race number 3 of the Shake and Bake Series. Thanks for watching, ladies and gents. Enjoy the race. Brad and I will now be quiet for an hour and a half. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Want us to be quiet? It's not going to happen. We don't know how to be quiet.
Oh, okay. Adam says he didn't make the cut. And then Larry says he's cheering for Jeff Elliott too. And he's, you know what? Even Larry's calling up for the fine folks in the YouTube chat to smash that like button and help us out. So, oh no.
Larry Rubenstein smashed the like button and smashed the whole back of the field.
Whoa, that's unfortunate. I was just saying, we're going to start over, you think?
It's a possibility, but usually when the broadcasts are live, they will not. So I'll go into replay mode, and we'll see what happened. Oh, my game's going to crash. There it goes.
That's all right. You know what? As you folks always know, if you've been watching Tarnation TV for a while, we have some lousy interns around here, and they provide us with lousy gear. And so we're going to have to fire yet another one of these ungrateful SOBs. Anyways, It breaks my heart, but they're just so incompetent that we're left with no choice but to. Yeah, Patrick, you're out of here. Hit the brakes.
I wonder if the my game crashing was them resetting it. 56, go ahead.
We had number 96, Jessica, for second gear there, so that's what stacked them up.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, my game blew up. Did you guys reset the server? No.
No.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I'm just rebooting my game here.
10-4.
Well, drafts, eh?
So there you go. The second gear shredded on the 94 car, which is definitely going to leave everybody with 0 space.
What do you figure? That a missed shift, or is that just one of those fun little treats that the game throws in every once in a while when you just happen to shift a gear?
It's both. If Jessica races with an H pattern shifter, then she may have missed a gear, but the game can also, if you have like I use auto clutching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can still
get back in.
Okay, roger that. Thanks, Jeff. Relaunching the game here.
Yeah, we've got to have
I've done a
agency. Yeah. This is not working out for us often. They just send us some real bums over here.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's the thing. Yeah, even with auto clutch, because I have a clutch pedal, but I have a flipper shifter, right? So I don't use clutch because it doesn't feel right.
No.
I would rather, if I had an H pattern shifter, I would probably use a clutch.
That would probably make more sense, right? But the tap shifting makes it probably easier.
And it is, with an auto clutch, I've still shredded gears. So
no kidding.
It's always going to be one of those things.
That's more the simulator part of it, right? That's where it kicks in, where it's like, hey, this is.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Back to it. We got back in the game here, so we will be getting back with the YouTube feed. Should catch up any second now.
Yeah, we are back live again under yellow, of course, and unfortunately, Jessica Shelton sounds like she was forced to retire.
That stinks. Still on lap 3. Are we able to see if anybody else was forced out of that? Like, was there any significant damage that caused anyone else besides that?
Couldn't tell you because the game crashed. The replay is gone.
Well, the replay's gone, but on your if you look into your the menu there of the drivers, currently would not show who's a lap down or more at this point.
Right. It's only so again, because of the game crash, it appears
it'll only show who's currently.
There's currently 40 drivers on my stats screen, which means the 41st driver of Jessica Shelton has retired from the race before I rejoined. So she's the only one that's out.
Okay,
he said 94. She's still in it. Hold on a second. Am I getting bad information?
Do we have bad intelligence?
Jessica's still on the track. Sorry, Jessica. We have bad intelligence. Did he not say the number? Oh, you know what it is? Sorry.
No.
That's my bad. 100% my bad.
What's happening? Are we in a different...
I heard Jeff...
I was watching some Doctor Strange. This may be like a parallel universe?
In my brain, I heard... I don't know why. I'm saying it properly, but I'm actually thinking it wrong. Jessica shredded second gear. Mm-hmm. So she can still drive the car. The engine didn't blow up. For some reason in my head, I thought it was an engine failure. It was a gear failure, so she's fine. Go ahead, Jeff, 56.
See if we go on green here. Would you like me to bring anybody up there to go quick?
The lights out on the pace car?
Nope.
Ooh, who do we want to talk to, Brad?
I won't talk to anybody. I'm just happy when people want to talk to me.
Right.
So
can you send us Gary Mingus in the 12?
Yeah. See what kind of a harrowing adventures he had getting his stuff running tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious on his computer issues. Gary Slingshot Mingus live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, sir.
How you doing, Blaine? Golly. What
Man.
a crazy day.
We wanted to ask you because I noticed online there that you were having some issues getting the game working with RLM Arena kind of preventing you from joining. So that seemed like a whole process. Obviously, you got it figured out.
I've been working on it all week, and I still haven't gotten RLM Arena. I had to come in IP.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Direct connection.
Hopefully, it'll turn into a positive thing for me.
Right on, man. So, are you driving for anybody specific tonight, or are you just out there running? Who are your friends? Give us a lowdown.
You know me, I got no friends. Everybody's my friend. Whoever's in front of me and whoever's in back of me.
Perfect. So currently, Gary's working with the 43 and the 66 of Seth Cole. So you got Factoids in front of you and Flat Out Racing Network behind you. So that's good company.
Yes, sir. It certainly is.
Right on, man. So have you gone down to pit there for any top-ups or anything early? Are you staying out?
Nope. Got plenty of tires and there's enough fuel, and I'm sure there's going to be another caution between now and the next time we have to pit stop.
Sounds like a plan, man. Right on, man. Well, thanks for talking to us here, and we'll let you get back at her. And good luck today.
I appreciate all you do, buddy.
Thanks.
Glad you're able to make it and join with get in there despite all these computer troubles. Darn it, the heck, Bill Gates, quit it with your Windows updates.
Yeah, that's one thing about Bill Gates. He loves updating your computer when you need it the most.
Right? I'm trying to race here. What's the matter? Windows 10? Give me a break.
So,
Always.
to focus back on the 94, made that mistake of hearing that Jessica broke second gear, but then for some reason my brain thought she blew the motor up. A little bump to Mike. It looks like Mike in front of Jessica there, and that blue and yellow car's got no trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike is missing the trunk lid, which we'd be able to see if we flip too far chase mode. One thing we do know about Mike Mangialardi's 029 is that it has a red gas tank.
That's a bold color choice. No, I think they're all red, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's cool, though? Some mods actually allow you to change stuff like that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
you
it'll
actually
be
change the color of your tank?
Yep. Certain mods you can change on the underside of the car, like you can change the color of the underside of the cars. This mod in particular, you can actually change the wheel color, but you can actually change the front wheel to be different from the rear.
Oh, that's odd. I don't know if that would look weird, I think, but
well, if you had
cool,
right.
Like a cool color scheme, right? You want to keep it consistent. I see what you're talking about. That would be actually really cool.
My car actually did it with my car.
I always want to say the blue and yellow of the IKEA car, but that's not right. That's the Goodyear, isn't it?
That'll be the Black Hawk Down Team Sabre car. You talking about 029 Mangialardi?
Oh, that one. Sorry, my feet is a little bit choppy here.
So you're going to see Jessica now. She does not have second gear. She's going to have to go 1 to 3. So she's going to either need a push or guys are going to go around her.
Oh, okay. Pitting will be extra.
Yep, looks like
I would assume.
Yeah. Second is a very important gear.
Well, yeah. It's not like, well, first you could take it or leave it. You could start a slow second, but
gearing down, like you said, the transmission helps you out a lot. Gearing down to go into the pits. So, but she had everybody behind her was patient. Nobody ran her over. Nobody passed her. So that's good to see. Teamwork bright and early.
Sportsmanship. Is it still called sportsmanship or is it sports peopleship? I don't know.
Nah, it's sportsmanship.
All right, just making sure.
I'm not changing that word.
No. All right, there's some give and take, but we got to put our foot down at some point. Sportsmanship it is, but it is. It's good. It's a good league out there. It's a good crew. Well, I can't speak for the new people that joined us tonight. Maybe they're a bunch of knuckleheads. Nah,
a bunch of knuckleheads over here.
They're probably fine. But the large group that we do know or that we've seen racing consistently throughout here is always really it's good, clean racing. as much as it could be when you're locked onto somebody else's bumper.
That's it. We unfortunately could not go back and see the cause of that first wreck because my game decided to take a walk. So we lost that replay information. But Jeffrey did let us know that Jessica losing second just caused a stack up. So that's just a mechanical failure. Nobody's fault. Starting a third line up there in a 7-Eleven. Godfrey going.
Yeah, it's almost
with Cossie.
Almost saw 4 for a minute there when everybody was just kind of picking their own direction.
Mm-hmm. Currently locked on the 079 of Nate Balser, just because he's kind of in the middle of this and we can kind of see everything.
This is good, yeah. You can the general view of the whole pack there. Oh, it's being made there. Just snuck in front of him. Who was that?
That was the 56 of Jafuri Elliott, or like we like to call him, Jelliot.
Oh, is that what it is?
He
fast
went
and loose.
Yeah, man. He went from like 5th was the position that he crossed the line at, right up to 2nd, and now falling back to 5th again.
Well, he pulled over like there was nobody's business. He found that spot. He's like, don't mind if I do.
Ooh,
I like
big lane change for the 388.
Yeah, right. This view right here is honestly my favorite.
It is.
You're not catching the whole field, and it's not super detailed, but it's where the little millimeters they show up so much more here than in
like
any
right
other
there?
Angle, right? That
and right
little,
there,
how you doing? That's
yep.
What's that in NASCAR? Do they call that the "How's your father"?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the technical term, but
the how's she going?
Yeah. Oh, sometimes she goes, and sometimes she doesn't. That's just the way she goes.
See good work there by Nate and Larry.
It is really good work.
I'm sure there was a poet somewhere that totally said that.
Yeah, a poet from Sunnyvale Trailer Park, I believe. The name escapes me. Was a famous Canadian poet.
Wasn't J-Rock?
No, J-Rock was. He was a lyricist and a rapper. I don't know if you really call him a poet. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit of it was tight back there, but like some good work by those guys, like the 09 of Wyndham and the 079 of Nate Balser, kind of just lifting and giving everybody space. A couple little door bangs, and everybody's fine. There's Godfrey and Cossie stuck together like glue. These guys.
Yes. Look at making that move and going. You know what? Why not us?
The 56 of Jeffrey saw that.
He saw that play in his mirror. He's like, "I'm with you guys. I'll be right there."
Oh, and they're going to leave him. Maybe they won't.
No, it's.
This is good racing up front, man. These guys are trying to find a line. Oh,
okay. Jeff got his spot.
Yeah,
dropped his spot, I guess, but he's there. The bottom's coming up. So look at they're making a push.
Like I love this. Like I realize this camera angle is not the most like visually amazing, but you can really see the suction that these guys get from the drafting and the decisions they have to make at high speed to kind of be like, am I going to go high? Like Robert Breedlove right there going high. Seth Cole's going to follow him to that high line, but no, he's not. Seth's going to squeeze Robert out and leave him hanging. We'll back that up a bit. Put it on Robert. If anybody's going to let him back in right now, he's currently lost about 6 spots in about less than 10 seconds if nobody picks him up. The purple car down there. The purple car of Jandry. They're also not going to let him in. Gary behind him. Wow, Robert Breedlove is going right to the back. There it is. Who's that? The number 19 of Chris Aiken.
Okay.
He let Breedlove in. Down to 25th spot. Oh. This is, again, helicopter view is great. You can really see the stack up where guys are forced to flare out into multiple lines to avoid making too much crazy contact. Oh, that's too hard of a hit. Oh, that's too hard of a bump.
Smokes. And we are...
yellow.
Wheels down, but that is no bueno.
I saw that happening. Again, the helicopter camera is really nice.
Yeah, it's the action shots are awesome. Like if we had a multi-computer studio, you could set that up so you could have all the angles. That would be the ideal. Switch to computer 3.
Yep.
Now cut back to 2 for the overhead. But Alas,
So
we're Civil Hill people, and we are unfamiliar with that technology.
I could
You
make it
know.
work. We'd need another
Yeah,
slot
but-
in the server to make it work, but it could be possible.
Again,
So
but
see,
then
I
you
kind of
got to
see
take
the
into account how
accordion.
big your igloo is, and then if you
Right.
get too many screens in there, it's going to melt the igloo. It's a whole
That's
thing.
not good.
It's a Canadian
Yeah.
problem. We need
Yeah.
to move to the south if we're going to better.
Or a different country altogether.
Yeah, just
Okay,
someplace where
see,
it's
there
less
it
snow.
is.
Right. All right, I'm
So-
back to you. With the actual
Yeah,
race.
less snow. That was a key word in that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Josh 2 in the 85, had to avoid contact with the 23, bumps the wall. And then who's that? Ed Finley tries to get him back up to speed by giving him a bump, but they weren't square.
Shoot.
That's a tough one. I see what Ed was trying to do, trying to help get him back
road
up
to
to
heck.
speed, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
with good intentions.
We got some
Always.
stats on some drivers in this race. You want to take a look at Brian Wolf?
Yeah, let's take.
Oh, wait a second. Brian Wolf retired.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
He had a monstrous race last
Lap 4
Last week.
is what it's putting him at. He did, yeah. You know what? We'll focus on the pace car because we got some crazy stats from Brian Wolf from last week.
So then I wonder. So he was the one of that. He got caught up in that wreck in the beginning when we had the reset. Then I'm guessing.
It's possible, yeah, because it's showing him currently
mentioned
9 laps down. So yeah,
we were because that would have been when we first logged back in, right? So how many are we have left on the track?
he's the only one that's gone. So there's still 39 drivers out there.
Okay, weren't we at? Didn't we start with 41?
I believe we did.
So we lost somebody in the initial wreck, and then your PC went sideways. Then we
It's
came back
possible,
in.
yeah.
And then maybe he just retired. Maybe it was too much damage when we got to the pit. I don't know.
56, go ahead.
I'd like to bring somebody down if you don't mind. We're up, down.
It's all good right now if you like. We were just talking about Brian Wolf's stats. Unfortunately, he had to retire from the race.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so
you
as
were
you can
gonna
see
say-
on screen there, we're currently just focused on the pace car because I put Brian Wolf and Cannon Hinnant in the 29. The stats from the last few races currently sitting in the championship standings here at the season number 3. At the end of race number 2, it's 7th with 277 points overall. Now that bottom line, race number 1 started in 28th and finished 17th.
Yeah.
Race
I
number
wanted to
2.
mention something. It looks like you had a typo there. It looks like you said he started in 42nd and finished in 4th, but I think you fat fingered that. And
Nope.
was that supposed to be 22nd?
Nope.
He knocked that out from 42 to 4th.
Yep.
Dang.
The race,
Holy cow.
if you race offline, the game can hold 43 cars. If you race online, the server takes up 1 spot. So he technically qualified last. And Brian Wolf never actually qualifies because he likes to sit in the back. Me,
That's
on
right.
the other hand, when you're in a Ford, I'm the same way. I like being at the back. But I will always qualify because I don't want that last pit stall. Because you actually have to slow down way earlier than the 55 mile an hour speed limit because you're the last stall. You're literally 20
That's a
feet
tricky
inside
pit
that
to make.
stripe. Yeah, you need to be going 15 by the time you hit that stripe.
And good luck trying to. So yeah, do you brake earlier, possibly
Really
causing a wreck, or do you spike the brakes and try not to skid out as soon as you hit the lane? Like, I mean, there's
It's
just
a
not
little
enough
bit of
room.
both because you can't slow the car down from
I guess.
55 from that line to the stall. So you are slowing down before. You have to let everybody, you have to relay that to the team. You're like, yo, I'm like the last stall, boys. And they'll give you that space to slow down early so that you don't get rear-ended. But man, he had to deal with the final pit stop on pit road, slowing down extra early to get slowed down to get onto pit road, and still managed somehow to get a 4th place finish.
No
That to
small
me is wild.
that is the not an underdog tale because he's not like underdog, but I'm saying like a come from behind story. Like, you wouldn't think it's this guy started in last place, but sure, might as well be him.
Well, and that's the thing. Like you look at that and you're like, okay, he likes to qualify at the back. That's at the very back. It's crazy, man.
No,
that is crazy.
Well, but obviously he's got a strategy and it works.
56 to Tarnation TV booth. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like the 29 Mike Angelo Blue 8 motor, sir.
Oh, roger that. Motor failed on the 29. Copy.
Oh.
He asked me if I can do Kmart and pick up another quick motor with it. Can I do something like that? That'd be all right.
Yeah, it's too bad, man. Thanks for the update.
Yeah.
Update from League Administration to 29 of Brian Wolf and Cannon Hinnon actually had an engine failure.
Oh, it's been a bomb night for technical difficulties, like in terms of like the game side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bound to happen, I suppose, and it keeps the game interesting. Because I say the game, the simulator. I refer to it as game because that's all I knew from growing up video games. But yes, this is very much a simulator that I forget sometimes. Like, oh yeah, you can just drop a transmission or a gear or a motor. Like, it's
Forza Motorsport Horizon or whatever it is would never have a camshaft failure.
No, Forza spoiled me where I just going to take a $1 million supercar off of a jump made off an old wooden bridge and like a dilapidated church and then sail for about 400 meters and try and get, I only got 2 stars. Let me try that again as I rewind my car. with the left trigger. I'm like, hold on. I didn't like the way that angle was. Let me rewind that jump and try it again with my supercar.
Did Forza do the rewind thing?
Yeah, they very much is, and it's fantastic.
I remember,
I don't think they came up with it. I think that was like a Need for Speed title, or perhaps even
possibly.
There was one that the name escapes me, and maybe we can get it in the chat. But it was like it was very much a city-based driving game, and
you're talking about
it was
like Burnout?
super arcadey. Like Burnout, like a Burnout was good, but this was like primarily at night, and it was like Tokyo Drift style, like neon lights and like rainy streets, and it was all very
Midnight
much
Club?
like Midnight Club, where you're almost on rails at some points because you would just magically make into that alley. But playing it was a stupid amount of fun, like in terms of the sense of speed that it gave through the Xbox 360. It's amazing. It was the F-Zero that we never had from the Nintendo series.
Right,
but anyways, we are back up to speed, and let's see what's going on.
Yeah, big gap in that high line. I remember my brother had that game. It was great. A lot of fun. Oh, was Wesley trying to put the move on level? It almost looked like he was going to leave him behind right there. Look at, he's looked out twice.
Top ropes. Yep. He looked out. He's actually starting at 3.
Nobody's going with him.
4. No. Oh. That is a second on the top.
Still building to top speed. They are still only doing about 190 mile an hour right now, so they are not at top speed yet. And they are already getting a little racy. Greg Lovell there on the front row with Ken Roberts, who swept everything last week again. And now he's in first. Roberts will be scored first.
Well,
yeah, man, he won the truck race.
Tonight, didn't he?
Roberts?
I thought he was right behind. Oh, who was the pole sitter tonight?
It was Greg.
Yeah, it was Greg. And then wasn't it Ken right behind him? I thought it was.
Listen, I believe you're right. That's a cool camera angle too, coming down the back straight, looking at everybody. You can definitely see the moves.
I do like the spectator cameras. They are. Oh, it's the TV. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, spectator. The camera set that I have, this is spectator camera. It does not change. It's great for the finish line, but that's about all you get in this camera package that I'm using.
Yeah.
Most spectator camera sets will actually go around about 6 different spectators, but they just did it from like the spotter's view. Grant Wesley there in the blue and orange 88 NOS Energy car on the inside line pushing Greg level.
And looks like Jessica's still keeping up with everybody, so they're obviously giving it a little second gear bump.
Let's check out.
Currently? She's not that far back, is she?
Jessica currently being scored in 11th position last time by the stripe, with only first, third, and fourth gear in that car. I mean, if you're going to lose a gear, two's kind of bad for slowing down and whatnot, but I mean, if you lose fourth, you're done. You have to retire if you lose fourth.
No, that wouldn't
you
be
can
allowed,
manage.
but still. But second gear for starting off and slowing down, I'm saying it speaks volumes about her driving skill. The fact that she's able to still knock around with just a whole gear out of place and keeping it in 11th nonetheless.
Yeah,
right?
You definitely do need help. And, she's logged a lot of miles on these tracks too. So she has a lot of friends. A lot of people know who she is. So you're willing to be patient. And, she'd be on the mic too. No second gear, boys. Ooh.
The pitting, I think, is where she's going to have to, clearly on top of the racing, she's got it. But in terms of getting out of the pits tonight without, dropping too much earlier, heating up the brakes, or not getting onto the track without that second gear from first to third, without a little bit of a gentle shove. Hopefully we've got enough good cooperation out there where that won't be a reason to knock her out.
Yeah, so far so good. The 96 of Ulysses Sandoval.
This is one of the new racers this evening, is that right?
Yep, first time I've ever heard that name, Ulysses Sandoval. So he's back there in the 33rd right now. But he made the cut.
I forgot to ask you, are we doing the usual 2 times fuel? So pit windows are... So pit windows have all been hiccuped because of a couple yellows. So what do you think we're at now? The last one we had was... But we got back to green about 2-3 laps ago. So possibly till, lap 37, 38 are we looking at?
You're probably looking at that, yeah. The window will open, and then that's when you're going to start seeing possible, strategies. Because nobody's going to run the full tank. I mean, guys will run the full tank, but some guys will pit early. So that's kind of when you see the strategy come into play.
See, that's what I find interesting, just looking at how everyone likes to do it. And obviously, I don't even say that there's one particular strategy that even work better than the other, because obviously people win with different things on different nights. Some of it's coming down to luck. But to know when, it's like, all right, I'm gonna take it a lap early or 2 laps early and put yourself out of place to try and catch back up. It could, I don't know, be pretty detrimental if you don't guess right, I suppose. To me, it seems like a lot of guesswork almost. Like as much as there's skill to it, it seems like a lot of I think
there is strategy. Like I've been caught, we're looking at this look at that third line form up. About 10 or more cars just came out of nowhere to push right to the front. But if you're up on that line and you need to get down, Jessica sideways, Bob sideways.
No.
Jessica straightened it out.
In front of the pack is okay. Whew.
Jeffrey involved in that. Bob Dixon, Goodpaster, Palmer, Waugh.
Just
Mo,
snuck her through there.
Jim Black, Alex Moe, Craig Hagley,
I think
Pat
you're probably shorter just
McCarsky.
to saying who wasn't.
Oof, yeah.
Who wasn't part of it. There was those 6 at the front, and everybody else just got spun.
Yeah, we'll check that out here. We'll back it up.
Tarnation TV, like we always do, rewinding the play to find out who to assign the game, and only one person. Who will it be this time? I'm just kidding.
One person to blame. Who will it be?
Stuff happens. We're not like that here.
There's the smoke there, so that's not back there. I know Jessica got around, but I don't know how.
Well, it looked like is that the 94 that's there?
Yeah. Oh, I see. They ran out of room on that bottom line. It's a possible late bump by Bob. Little bit. But she keeps it. She keeps it clean.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
Again,
why
more
not?
than the wreck is the save. That's what we're looking for.
Wild, man.
No second gear and still holding it down. Like
that's crazy. No second gear. Somehow goes into a. Well, it's only 190 mile an hour drift at a turn back onto a bank track.
Yeah, to be fair, when I whip my car around like that on the highway, I normally self-correct it too. Fast and the Furious. When the guy spins it around, drives backwards for a quarter mile, and then just dips off the exit nonchalantly. Because as you know, cars will go backwards at the same speed as they'll go forward. So
exactly,
that's just science.
Your reverse gear ratio is exactly the same as your top gear.
And then sometimes you just got to launch your car to the moon. This is racing. People get it, right?
The race off pit road.
Oh,
I was watching that race off pit road. It looks like Wesley actually might have gotten. You know what? Let's go replay that. I'm wondering.
Were they keeping that at 55? So this is something 55 mile an hour race.
I can get on. Oh, you know what? The broadcast can't see this. 1 second. I'm going to have to change the car to... I can fix this. I want to see this race off pit road because this will actually determine who leads this. I guess I could just check the stats, but I don't care. This is more fun. So I'll just get into a chase cam on Greg.
On the Mountain Dew.
Oh, you know what? Maybe Greg did get him. Why did it do that? Ooh, I don't know. I'm checking.
Oh,
you know what? Maybe Greg did get off. It looks like he actually got over that line before Wesley got to it.
Just by the hood.
Yeah. From the pit, where that pit camera is, it looked like Wesley might have had him. But that is the advantage of having pit stall numero uno. I mean, that's the best pit stall in the house because all Greg's got to do is keep the clutch in, keep that pedal, the gas pedal down, and then when the pit crew tells him it's safe to go, just dump the clutch and get out of there. You don't have to drive around anybody.
No, absolutely.
According to the spotters, the 88 did beat him out.
Huh.
Because he's currently in front of Greg. So the race off of pit road was won by Grant Wesley in the 88. Sorry about the chat. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, you're looking at the YouTube chat there. We got Frank was telling us he was driving the 029, and the one that blew an engine. So, as he put it, a tough break. It is indeed. It's one of those short straw situations where, you know what? I hate to see it. Any kind of DQ, no matter how, but especially with something beyond your control, that stings a little bit more, I think.
And he had a lot of trunk damage too. Remember, Mike Mangialardi had the trunk lid removed early in the race, and then is clearly in contact with Frank Mangialardi on YouTube to let him know that the 029 has engine issues. It is reporting, actually, if you want to get more specific, engine and clutch failure for Mike Mangialardi. That's what my stats are telling me. Engine clutch.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that means it's a combination, but either way, go ahead.
A really bad scratch on the trunk too.
Yeah, we could see his tank.
Yeah, like, hey, that'll buff right out though. Just like Homer said, don't worry about that. Stupid Flanders, punch some speed holes in there and call it a day.
Yeah, technically we could get Mangialardi in post-race inspection for cheating because he lightened the car by cutting the rear of it off.
Really sneaky move there. Like we think we were going to notice. Not our first rodeo, my friend. Not quite. All these
what else
guys.
Going on in the chats there?
We're the only ones that are allowed to help with the cheating. A little bit of that Saskatchewan goose grease on the axles and makes these guys go just a little bit quicker. So again, you send your bribes to TarnationTV.com, and we'll keep you winning. Oh no, yes, he is on there. He's going by his middle name. That's why he thought it was somebody
Frank
else.
Mangialardi and Mike cheated.
Frank was saying,
okay,
that's right.
So he is cheating. He cut the trunk lid off of his car to make the car lighter, and he uses two names.
So that's clearly the sign of a double agent. a spy or some kind of other, shady individual who's up, not above cheating to, let's just loot the trunk and see what happens.
Exactly.
We have fun here.
That's cool, though. Yeah, okay. Frank Mangialardi and Mike Mangialardi are one and the same. But yeah, a clutch engine failure, unfortunately, there. Dave Gandry has also been forced to retire, along with Doug Hulick in the 23 and Brian Wolf in the 29. Brian getting caught up in that initial, I believe, had an engine failure as well, very, very early in the race.
We also had, and this might be new to me because I don't recognize the name. Garland Oaks was saying in the chat he was born in the 884. So it looks possibly like a new driver to the Talladega Nights.
Right, Garland Oaks was.
Or maybe somebody come back after a while. Somebody I haven't seen in a while.
I don't recognize the name, but I did see him in the pre-race. So he was one of the drivers that had to go into that additional qualifying session to finalize the field because we had too many guys tonight. And that's what they do. They take the top 30, they take everybody else, and those 10 guys make the race. And unfortunately, it looks like Mr. Oaks.
We'd like to obviously, you'd like to have everybody in there, but at the same time, it's fantastic for the Talladega Nights series that they know what to do with. That's awesome. That's what you hope to see. Just every Saturday night, Friday nights, Mondays, Wednesdays, every night that we race, these things filled up because it makes the racing that much better.
Oh, it's wild. That's when we got a full server. And I remember when the league started, there was always these talks about these what ifs. It's like, well, what if we have too many people show up? You have to have a scenario for that. And we had to use it tonight, I believe, for the first time.
Right? We're a long ways from that. It's just you, me, and a couple of buddies starting a racing league. And now look at where it turned out. Sorry.
And now we've got 48 guys showing up to a 40-car race.
To do at the beginning.
Right.
I'm curious to find out what it's actually. Maybe we'll have to ask Jeff that because I never did, to find out what are the humble beginnings of the Talladega Nights like.
I believe from what he's told me, it was him and him. Yeah, it was him, Chris, and Donnie, the brothers Elliott, that just wanted somewhere to just kind of hack around and have 10, 15 guys show up. And here we are, like 2 years later, almost not even 2 years later, and the thing is ballooned up to 50 guys showing up to a 40-car race, where they've got to go into backup mode and qualify those last pile of cars.
Awesome.
There's been leagues I raced in.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Oh no,
go ahead.
He was saying he's watching from the Paperclip, Martinsville, Virginia. So there we go. I don't know where the Paperclip is, but obviously that sounds like a place to be. And then
the Paperclip, if you want to know what it is, that's what they call Martinsville Speedway. The track is so small; it's a small 1 mile. No, it's not. It's a small half-mile short track, and it's completely flat, and it looks like a paperclip.
No doubt. Okay, well that's cool. That's what I love about this thing. I'm always learning something every night. It's just like every race night, I should say. There's something new picking up on the sport. It's definitely good. But that's awesome. You know what? 29 people eat right now, or at least in the live chat. What keep the comments coming. We like to talk with you guys and hear your thoughts, and or even cheering people on. The more active in there, the easier it makes our jobs. When we see you guys chatting, we'll happily. You know what? If you know something that we don't, and in my case, you're gonna know way more than I don't. So let me know. I'll be like, nope, you're in fact wrong, and then we'll keep a. You know what? Because the more I learn, the better I can call the race too. Right now, all these cars are in the line, so that's good. That's what I know about racing. Look at that line.
When they're not upside down, it's a bonus.
Lines. That's where I am, and I want to be better. Right? So this is what I've learned. Tires down is good. Trading paint, not so good. Little bits, no. We're learning a lot, and also I'm terrible at geography, so I got to look up where half these places are on my Google Maps afterwards.
That's probably part of it. Yeah, I noticed in the chat there too on the YouTube. Bobby Carroll.
Yeah, all 4 Big Stone Gap drivers within the top 10 spots, right? Big Stone Gap, Virginia. I've never been. I'm not very well traveled. I've been down the coast, the west coast of the United States, Washington, Oregon, California. But that's about as far as I've been. You've been down on the East Coast side of where you are, right? Through New York?
A little bit. I've been into New York State a little bit, into
been,
like
where-
close to Syracuse kind of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
the 4 Big Stone Gap drivers would be Denny Carroll, Dan Lovell, Brian Lovell, and Greg Lovell.
But it's a fan car, right? So you know what? Hey, what are you doing tonight? Racing? Duh. What are you? What are you doing? Of course, I'm racing.
Well, then we had guys in this league
Look
that
at
were
these
actually
guys.
racing at open speedway. They ran 150 miles at this track. Today we're only, what was it, 150 laps. They ran 150 laps here, which was almost like a 400-mile race this afternoon at open speedway. And that's madness. And, who was it again? I can't remember who it was now. I think I wrote it down. 1 second, checking my notes. It was Randy. It was Randy, Kelly, Nate. So these guys already have 400 miles under the belt, and they come here to run 175 more miles. 66-lap race here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Right.
So it's like these guys have spent their entire Saturday racing.
Honey, cancel my plans and fire up the wheel because I got some racing to do. Look at it. And it shows though. Look at, you can tell these guys watching these. I sometimes I find myself, I'm like to say, because what can you say about this right now other than hot damn, those 3 guys are touching each other's bumpers and just pushing each other at 200 mile an hour plus around this track. It's so tidy. I could comment on it. You could look at it. Maybe it's time for crank it up and see what. Or you.
I forgot about crank it up.
I know you did. That's why I'm here to remind you, and that's why senior broadcaster. I know you've been doing it longer, but I just gave myself that promotion just now because I remembered to say that.
Let's do it, man. Crank it up. We're going to focus on Denny Carroll to start, and we will let basically how this works. We will boost the volumes. So if you have a good home stereo system, take advantage of these realistic car sounds because I have replaced them with actual car sounds. So crank it up. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
NASCAR 2003.
Definitely not stock. back live. Hope you enjoyed that Crank It Up, and I hope you turned it down before I started talking. And if you didn't, I apologize. Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Exactly. Hopefully you didn't hear the conversation behind the scenes where I was asking Blaney to take a look at this rash on my thigh. Oh, shoot. Oh, I said the loud. Quiet my loud. Hey. What do we have in the chat going on there?
Yeah, the YouTube chat is blowing up. We're not really paying attention to Facebook or the other ones. We're still kind of new at the multi-streaming type of thing, but we are currently streaming.
Getting some action on the Facebook chatter? I haven't even looked.
It's possible. I'm not looking at it. I'm busy doing other stuff.
If you're typing to us on Facebook, try us on YouTube because we're not trying to ignore you. And if you're not, well, then you won't even be there to hear this. So never mind. Chris Elliott mentioned we are at the halfway point. We are currently at lap 39 and 66, so we are getting towards there. Larry asked, has Josh Boyer in the 141 raced here before?
That's a good question. I have not seen the name Josh Boyer before. I will focus on his car in the 141 of Josh. Currently rolling there in 25th position. I don't have a car file for him. We had some issues with the TeamSpeak upload prior to race time. Did not get a car file for him. So this is not a car. This is a generic from the game that it just spits out randomly. So, but yeah, he's currently there in 25th position. In the draft, car doesn't look damaged. He's just kind of hanging out in the back.
Not a bad place to be.
Nope. We'll go back up to the front here. We'll focus on the number 7 of Mr. Farrell, Bobby himself. Awesome paint scheme. Currently, these guys are still running this middle line. As far as a fuel window goes, they do get somewhere around the 20 lap mark is where you'll see strategies sort of starting to play. So yeah, we open up that window 17 to 20 laps per tank of fuel. Tires will not be an issue this evening because it's Talladega. Unless you're having tire issues. I have seen that happen where tires will just fall off like crazy. Got some lap traffic coming up. The cars that are going to be lapped will stay high. Looks like it's going to be Billy Ellisor and the 82 of, is that Craig Hagley? Oh, somebody lagged out. That was Denny. That's why the camera stopped. Denny just dropped out there for about a second or two. We'll focus on Dan level in the 388. We do have some storms rolling around here on the East Coast today, so.
Oh, is that what it is? You got the El Nino or Nina? How do they say it?
Yeah, I think they're brother and sister, El Nino and El Nina. And polar vortex and all this.
So I heard some drama.
Yeah, the Nina's not on speaking terms currently.
No, that's a shame. We hope they can patch their business up and get back to giving me some GD spring because I'm tired of being cold.
Yeah. We got some more race stats here. We're gonna focus on Nate Balser here for a second. Because he had a couple. Let's see. Nate Balser, the 079, 4th overall in points here at Talladega Nights Shake and Bake Series season number 3, with 308 points after 2 races. Race number 1, he qualified 4th and finished 9th. Race number 2, he qualified 2nd and finished 3rd. Currently, he's running in 12th. Just as a little tidbit of info, I went back and saw, we've got an accident happen back there. We'll go check that out.
Every time I look at the chat, when the action happens.
Yeah, in season 2, it took for Nate to get 300. He has 300 points right now after 2 races. After race number 4, he had a 379 last season. So it took him 4 races to get as many points as he has currently after 2 in this season. So, and you can see his qualifying 4th and 2nd, finishing 9th and 3rd. Like, it's all top 10 stats right here for Nate, so he's off to a fantastic start on season number 3.
56 to the tower.
Oh, we got the boss
56,
calling
go ahead. If you're asking for someone to send up, can you send Nate up here in the 079? We're requesting. I guess it would make sense if I hit the right button. There it is. Looking for Nate Balser. We're going to talk to Nate.
We'll do it live.
Yeah.
To heck with it.
Nate Balser, the 079, live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, sir. Hey, Nate, you got me? This is Blaine.
I don't hear him, do you?
I don't hear Nate.
Maybe he's got broken radio. Let me grab somebody else.
Could be.
It's a possibility. We're going to rewind this and see what happened to that accident back there. We'll see at the time. I'm finding the moment of yellow so we can find the moment of smoke on the track. I'm currently waiting for Jeff to find somebody else. Send up to the booth here. We'll back this up till we see some smoke.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it looks like Keith Bynum is involved in this. 141 of Josh Boyer. Good evening, sir.
Hi, how are you guys?
Live on Tarnation TV, man. How you doing? Welcome to the league.
Thanks, buddy. Good. Glad to be here.
So I don't recognize your name, but you've clearly been around here a while because we've been watching you race this thing and you're having no issues with it. So how did you start into the sim and what brought you here?
Well, I've been racing NR 2003 since it came out. Bounced around a few leagues. I run over at Hobo Racing every week.
Cool.
And Josh, too, invited me to come out and join tonight, and that's what brought me out tonight.
Oh, rock and roll, man. How long has Hobo been around? They've been around a long time.
Yeah, since the game came out, only longer than I've been with them, for sure.
Yeah, because I remember, same thing. I bought the game brand new, and all those league names, like FSB, RTG, Hobo, I'm brain cramping right now. There's so many of them that are still around now 20 years later, so that's wicked.
Yeah, it's a great group of guys, and and a lot of those guys have been together since the beginning. You know, they've been racing together for 20 years now, which is fantastic. It's a cool thing that this game is still going after all these years, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. I've described it before as it's kind of like a warm sweater. You know, you can always go and get that sweater, and it's always going to be the same thing. It's just comforting to know that the game will never change.
Absolutely, buddy.
They're not going to come up with an update and break it because it's already perfect and it's been abandoned for 20 years.
The worst part with all of it is new computers, you know, sometimes have a hard time running the game just because of Windows and those things, you know?
Right. But again, the geniuses in the community that surround us, they find a way to make it happen.
Absolutely, 100% do. Yep.
Do you have any shout-outs you want to toss down there before those lights on that pace car are probably going to go out here pretty soon, so...
Just happy to be here with everybody, and thanks for Josh for inviting me out here, and looking forward to hopefully a good finish.
Right on, man. Currently running 19th, so yeah, thanks for joining us up here in the booth, and we'll definitely be watching.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh,
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to touch out real quick. This is Jeffrey. Man, I just want to say thanks for coming out tonight, giving it a shot. It's not been a perfect race, but we're still hanging in there. Thanks for coming, man. And I just want to let you know, my ex-wife grew up with the Hobo Loping guys back in Hobo. So
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so, man, good luck out here, and make the best of it and have some fun.
I appreciate it, buddy.
I'd like to see that. When you get, not only, you look at the internet and a lot of people on there jerks and they say terrible things to each other, but if you look at this and what the internet does for this community, bringing people together from different racing leagues, not only a 20-year-old game that has been, you know, amazingly kept up amongst the fans, but the fact that, yeah, back in the day, if you're on the East Coast, you would have been on the East Coast server. West Coast, you would very much would have been more local, depending on your internet connection, of course. But the fact now that still 20 years after that, people are making their way from other racing leagues to this, you know, to the Tarnation TV, to Talladega Nights, Saturday nights is fantastic, and the fact that again, overfilled for racers. What an amazing, just everything, the community and the interconnectivity of it all, and the friendliness of between the racing leagues is just blowing me away since I've been here, and it's amazing to watch it grow in over one season.
Right, and even that, like the 141 of Josh Boyer, been playing the sim 20 years just like me, and I've never bumped into that guy.
Right?
So there's always new people
tribes
around, and I'm like, hey man, where'd you come from? Oh, I bought it brand new. I'm like, me too, bro. So he's 40 years old.
Well, exactly. I know how old you are, at least.
Yeah.
But hey, we won't call it out.
Yeah, no. But that's the thing too. It's like, man, I mean, I've played this sim with people that are like my age, 40s, 50s, you know, Bob Dixon's in 70s. I've played with guys who are, 17, 18, 19 years old. They weren't even alive when the game came out, dude. So you're looking at like if you went to a Metallica concert, it'd be the same thing. You got 14 to 90-year-olds in the pit,
right?
Like in Shelley's family. That's what happened one time. They went to a Metallica show, and there was 3 generations. It was her daughter, and her mom all went. So now it's like they need to do it again because now she's got the grandkid. 4 generations in the Metallica pit,
Right. Just watch my hip. That's my good one. That's all I have to say.
Exactly. And if something's good, and it's especially as good as this sim is, it's wild that why would it go anywhere? Because it's perfection as far as NASCAR simulators go. Unless you want to subscribe to iRacing and join a league over there, it's basically the same game. But I mean, play this thing for free. Got more tracks.
Play it for free. But like I say, like just the fact that it has been kept up. I've seen a lot of classic games like NHL 2004. There's a huge modding PC community on it. I played NHL 2023 today. I had it through Game Pass. I gave it a download, tried it out. I was not a fan. I was immediately just like the controls, everything was like, it looked really nice. It was polished to a T, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. So then I went online reading about it to see if anybody else felt the same as I did. And I came across this thing where it's like, oh yeah, NHL 2004 has like this big community put behind it. And like there's patches and they've polished it as much as they've done. I don't know to the extent. I didn't delve into it that far, so I can't speak on it properly. But it was interesting to see. And
no way.
Yeah, so something for us to check out and perhaps discuss on a Friday night when I'm racing shotgun with you.
So I kind of need to check that out then.
That might be something that if you're into the hockey and you're into old video games that stand the test of time, then it might be that NHL 2004, which I played the heck out of. We played the heck out of. We played 5 players online, me and you and whoever we had on the team, right? We used to that was our Friday, Saturday nights. We would stack up with 4 or 5 guys deep on Xbox Live, and someone would be goalie and someone was forward and defense, and we had
that was back when they were good. Because those games fell way off. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to spend $5,000 EA dollars to get a super team that you have to buy again next year.
Yeah, it's just silliness, and they just keep making the same game every single year too, right? Like this game was already made, and it doesn't need to be any better. We've figured out how to use it, and it's glorious.
You guys are back at it again and keeping it tight. Look at those 2 lines at the front. Again, what can you say about this other than holy cow?
I'm just running the numbers, and I'm looking at lap number 47-ish when all these guys pitted.
Yikes.
Oh, don't worry about the numbers.
Every time you talk about numbers or reading the stats.
I was just running the numbers where they were going to be. Some guys I noticed were clutching. They probably wouldn't have needed to clutch too much because they were probably going to make it on fuel because it was on that 18, 19 lap bubble of them going to the end without having to pit. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then everybody decided to take a walk into oblivion and the yellow flag came out.
Yikes.
So here we are in replay mode.
clearly no one was looking at the no smoking signs I put up on the track walls just prior.
Oh,
to
we were
last
just
night.
talking to Nate. We're trying to talk to Nate about how awesome he's been. Oh, no. See what happens? It's a Tarnation TV curse, man. Every time we say it. But hey, Nate, he's qualified second and finished third the last 2 races. And then, unfortunately, helicopter view will definitely show us. Oh, we can show you the infield artifacts there, too. Talladega Nights on the grass, just in case you care. Yeah, okay. It was a little bit, again, of a domino effect on that. Yeah, the 931 pushing the 21, a little bit of a kink in the chain. Came across, got a hold of the 079, who got a hold of the 4. That's front end damage. That's too bad for Nate.
Oh.
Because he was having another really good race. See, that's what happens when we showed his amazing stats.
How do you figure we get around that Tarnation TV curse?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe just retire.
We just not mention any particular driver and be like, hey, we're going to talk to a random driver and we won't say the number. And just
mystery guess. That's what we need to do. Yeah,
spin the wheel, and we won't. You guys can guess at home. It'll be like a fun little game. Play along at home. Keep track of who we're talking to. Chris Elliott says a restart. Yeah, almost. At this point,
yeah. Greg is clutching. You can hear his engine. See how he's doing that? Clutch in, gas off, clutch in, gas off. Or probably a little bit the other way. Probably gas off, clutch, but whatever. Yeah. So you're not on the gas pedal. And by clutching, it brings the RPM down to 0, which means you are burning less fuel. It doesn't seem like it would make much of a difference, but it does. These guys clutch all race. We've talked to Greg before about this method, and he does it all the time. And by the end of the race, you could have an extra half a lap of fuel in there. 56,
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
You'd like to get one going, or you guys busy up there?
Oh, we got time.
Oh, we can send one more up if you like, man. Currently waiting for another driver on track to get down here into the Tarnation TV booth. Tried to talk to Nate, but we've got Grant Wesley live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, Mr. Grant.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
We're just watching you guys up front there. Lots of clutching going on.
Yes, sir. It's definitely tight on fuel.
Yeah, I was just doing quick numbers before that last yellow came out, and it was you guys are right on the bubble. The yellow will definitely help out a little bit, I'm sure. But how close are you guys?
Yeah, without this caution, I was going to be quarter of a lap short. With this caution, I'll be probably a lap and a half to 2 laps to the good.
Right.
So I really probably don't have to clutch, but I'm kind of doing it out of habit. I always clutch under caution. So yeah, we're going to be good. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, it can't hurt, right? You're not going to lose any spots under yellow, so get an extra couple 100 yards in there, and that way we're good to go.
That hopefully save some for burnout after the race, huh?
That's the thing. That's the goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That, and also you can skip leg day too because you're doing all that clutch in your calves. You're going to look like you could maybe fall over. Calves are going to be so big.
Ah, true that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of skipping the gym. So if you need any tips, that's where I shine.
Big fan of skipping the gym. Yeah, here we are sitting down on a Saturday night.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, why not? Right? That's how she rolls, man.
But
so, any crazy plan when it comes down to the last couple miles here? Obviously, this is completely out the window. But I always ask if you've got any solid friends behind you.
So I guess right now I'm looking in the mirror. I see that bright yellow and white 00 Kelly Kazi. He's been pushing me a lot tonight. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of looking to work with him. And but when it gets down to the last couple of laps, I mean, gloves come off. You never know what to expect, and you can't expect anyone to stick with you. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting.
So I know you like sitting right where you are on that second line. Do you think Greg's going to flip with you because he's leading this race, so he gets lane choice?
So I don't know if he's listening or not, but in my opinion, I think if you restart on the inside right where he's at, he's going to get the jump. He'll clear me by car length and a half off of turn 2, and then he'll have the option to move up. I don't see him switching lanes with me.
Right on, man. Well, I guess we'll let you get back at it and get your concentration back in there because we got the finish coming up, and there's a little bit of a run to get there. So it should make for some good television. I trust you guys.
Yep, hoping for some green flag here. Hoping to be able to put on a good show.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Grant Wesley. So now that's curious. He just said you hear his little prediction there, right? About Greg jumping out.
Yeah. We have to wait and see, but I think it's plausible. I mean, when you get down to the last 10, 15, it's not so much about friendship out there. It's so one of the wise men had once said, you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
And we all know to be true.
And I know, and then that will happen. Greg probably will get the push. And he's got Lovell sitting behind him, Brian Lovell in the 043, Denny Carroll in the 41. Everybody in this top 10, as always. I mean, everybody in the top. I mean, really, this is anybody's race when it gets down to this. And I'm looking at the names going across the top of the screen there, and I'm looking at the Bondi stat sheet. And it's a solid, obviously. You've got like the best of the best, cream of the crop at the top there. Josh Bory, whom we talked with before there from Hobo Racing, and the 141 is currently sitting in 15th. Jeffrey Elliott, Jim Black, Mark Paglia, John Godfrey, Alex Moe, Greg Palmer, Ken Roberts, Bobby Farrell down level, Denny Carroll, Kelly Causey, Brian Lovell, Grant Wesley, and Greg Lovell. Like you said, you got the Stone Gap crew. Names. Yeah. Current laps led are as follows. Another column we like to focus on. Craig Hagley has led 1 lap, so he gets bonus points there. So has Matt McIntyre and Mark Paglia and Denny Carroll. Those drivers have 1 lap led. Stephen Brandstetter has led 2. 4 laps led by Ken Roberts. 17 laps led by Greg Lovell, who's currently in first. And Grant Wesley so far with the most laps led on the night with 24. Retired cars for the evening: Nate Belser, Gary Heiser, Dave Jandry, Mike Mangialardi, Doug Hillick, and Brian Wolf. Getting ready to go green.
We are indeed 53 laps have passed. So 54th. We're not quite at the race back scenario just yet. Oh yeah, it's coming up. I was at 54. But 3 laps and we'll be there. So hopefully we don't see that, but you never know. Like a mix of new, a lot of familiar names, and a handful of new ones. So sometimes there's a little bit of getting used to everyone's racing styles and who's going to be doing what. I'm sure after a while race, week after week, you get familiar with how certain people drive. So there's always going to be a little bit of new dynamic on the field when this happens.
See, that prediction almost came true there, but the 7 wasn't close enough for the 043 to create that bottom line push. He said that Greg would probably clear him coming out of turn 2, and he only had him by a fender. And then the top line came together and pushed him forward. The bottom line had a little kink in the chain.
What a fender it was.
Oh, yeah. You offender
the little fender
me.
Who could?
Right.
Oh. If you don't like it, you can bumper off.
Oh.
That was
car puns.
I had nothing there. Yeah.
Hey, we over
Terrible
100
jokes.
subscribers yet?
By your dad. I don't know. You have the control of the channel. Am I a moderator or I'm just like a servant on there?
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You guys be careful down there. Race ain't over yet. Oh, you rapscallions, you be careful. Don't scratch the paint. The 07 of Farrell, followed by the 22 of Greg Palmer and 711 of John Godfrey on that bottom line, trying to get something going. Alex Moe in that Burgundy 48, kind of stranded in the middle. Mark will let him in. Back this field up a little bit so we can see more cars. Big fan of the helicopter camera, even though it's not the most visually pleasing. You can really see these guys and the fine-tuned adjustments they're making. That high line just formed up, and they are now railroading Kelly Causey and Grant Wesley. And we'll see if Palmer and Farrell move up to join them or just make it 3 wide. Why not, right?
That's hands down my favorite view.
No.
Oh, no. That's going to stay green?
Yes.
This is off the yellow?
Probably stay green. I'm watching the lights.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's
did
green.
He just get caught up on that corner? I didn't even see exactly what happened. It happened so fast.
Yeah, he just, you're pushing a guy into the corner, and Bobby just touched that yellow line, which probably upset the car a little bit. He probably would have been fine if he didn't touch the yellow line, because it will kind of transition a little bit, right? You got that's where the track transition will change, which off-balance the car a little bit. With the guy stuck to your bumper, not a good combination. And because he slid off into the inside, he's not in the racing line. And there's his tire marks there lead into the grass. So it looks like he didn't get in anybody's way, so the green flag stays. This is lap number 58 of 66. We are now, like you said, Brad, there a race back situation. If yellow should come out, it will be a race until they get to the stripe.
Well, I have to agree with Rodney in the YouTube chats. Hoping to say is green to the finish, as because that is clearly the more fun race. I mean, the race back is fun because it definitely opens up to being anybody's race. But on the green flag finish, if you've been racing super clean like the front of the pack has tonight, then deservedly so. It's good to see, just by true driving skill. Can he make that block? Can he stop him at the right time? Because someone's going to go wide. They got it, right? You're going to make a play for it.
Oh, yeah.
But what a lineup up front here. This is a treat to watch this race tonight. Like I say, I don't have anything smart to say because everybody's racing so good.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I mean, you can focus on any one of these guys. And right now, there's currently, it looks like, who's in the back? Is that Jessica? Who's in that green car there? No. Yeah. I don't see the names. She's in 20. Yeah, so you got like a good 20 cars here still on the lead lap. There has been a couple lucky dog situations. Everybody currently running on the track is on the lead lap. There are a few cars off pace. As you can see here, let's see Bobby Farrell, Gary Mingus, Ulysses Sandoval, Craig Hagley, and Billy Elliser are off pace. The other 29 cars is what we're looking at right now. All within 3 seconds of the leader.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You don't want to have too much of a gap. Look at those 4 or 5 now 6 in a row on the bottom line. Nice and tidy. Same on the top line too.
And the cars that are in the back are the cars that have possibly been, well, not possibly, they have been damaged, either minor damage, especially on a track this fast. They're in the back and they will fall off the draft, like Pat McCarskey back there at the top of your screen. He's barely hanging on to the draft there with Bob Dixon. Currently been focused on Ken Roberts for no apparent reason, just, he's right in the middle of the pack, so it's a good car to lock onto.
When in Rome.
Yep. Do what the Romans do. Roman stuff, I bet.
Yeah.
See how close they are?
Some Roman groceries. And pay your Roman phone bill.
Go to a Roman McDonald's and get a Roman Big Mac.
Just do some Roman stuff.
If you're in Rome and you're wandering around haphazardly, are you roaming in Rome?
Oh, snap. What about if your cell phone plan didn't have a good roaming feature and then you were like, oh man, I'm getting bailed through the nose on this roaming in Rome.
Roaming around in Rome, roaming. See that 088 just blinked out for a good 2 seconds there, and I'm like, oh man.
Jokes, and I missed it.
Yeah. No, Greg, he's fine now. It's stabilized, but he disappeared for a second or two, and I'm like, uh-oh. Depending where that car decides to reattach itself to the track, that could be a catastrophe. Currently lap number 62.
You got, like I said, storms on the east coast and more other parts of the states as well. And it doesn't take much to, give you a little bit of a modem glitch or a power flick or anything like that before it causes you some grief. Look at that line. Look at that bottom line.
I know, man.
So
and Alex back there again fell back. Oh no, we're sideways. Race back.
Okay. Well, that's it. Here it is. The final. Who's going to be of these 6? I'm guessing. Can anyone pass him?
Ken Roberts is pushing Jim Black. He can get him.
Okay. There's the move. Oh, he's got the followers.
That's it. Jim's got no friends right at this particular time. He will have the 043. Oh,
what's happening here? They're getting still even more so. They're going to push for another.
Currently, no cars are a lap down. This could go green again, but this might be for the win. It looks like it might be Roberts again.
Look at this push here.
Wow. How's that?
Holy, put that in your pipe and smoke it, right?
Yeah,
I have
man.
no words.
So Jim Black wasn't first.
Sitting here. Chris,
now he's in fifth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he made that. I'm not sure if he made that joke first or if I did. I didn't steal it, I swear. But I think he's just on the same level as us. So,
dad joke puns.
Right?
I'm rewinding currently to see the accident that happened and claimed Mr. Carroll in the blue, white, or the blue and yellow.
Well, that was such
Wrangler
a tight
car.
line. It was just it was a matter of time, honestly. Look at how close they are. That's insane.
So he slips out of the line to go high and start a third line, but the middle line is squeezing him. He's forced to
nowhere
lift.
to be.
He's nowhere to go. There's a lot of room on that track to the left, but they squeezed Denny right to the wall, and he had nowhere to go. If you actually want to see how close Denny was to the wall, I can show you.
Yeah. No, I would like to, because I'm pretty sure I went down there and I greased it up with some of that.
You ready?
Winnipeg goose grease.
You ready to see how
he should
close
have been pretty,
Denny is to the wall?
Pretty slick around there, but I guess not that slick. Let's see.
This is Denny looking out the left side of the car, and this is the other side of the car. So that is the wall.
That blue nightmare.
Basically, Denny's got nowhere to go. As we can see, he's got nowhere to go. And
if your
that's
neighbor
just
stops
it.
by and gives you a little how you doing, then yeah, unfortunately,
oh man, that's so easily could have been a third line, but there was just like a half a foot not available. I believe I can go up in the sky. Doo-doo.
Look at that. That is quite the airtime. I don't know if you could find out how. That might be one of the longest air times I've seen in the race. I mean, not that that's anything to like, here's your consolation prize, but I don't recall quite a hang time being that high. Dang.
Let's see. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,005 seconds of airtime and an extra 1, 2, 3, and 4 rolls.
But land on the tires. Look at that.
Yep.
Rodney Sullivan says, congrats to Ken. Nice to see one of his paints on victory lane, of course.
Yep.
Always good to see. Rodney puts out some amazing paint jobs, and it's always a treat to see the renders and the cars on the track as well, too. I always make sure to double check and triple download every Friday and Saturday night to make sure that I got the latest and greatest, because I don't want to look at some crazy anime print from 2003. I can appreciate that it's there, but that's not what I tuned in for. I want to see.
The game is trying. It's
Yeah,
generating a random, so I'm curious,
what?
man.
Yeah,
I mean, if the lights go out on this car,
Mm-hmm.
56 to the tower. Go ahead. This is the tower.
I'm going to have Mr. Dixon and the 43 come over there and up to the tower and do those factoids real quick before we do the podium.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you.
Buddy.
Yeah, I don't believe the lights on the pace car will go out. If they do, oh no, it can't happen, because this is the beginning of lap 66. So yeah, it wouldn't even matter.
Oh,
yeah, it wouldn't matter. The race is over.
In a loop.
Yeah. See, if the lights went out now, we are at the start of lap 66.
Well,
so yeah, it wouldn't have.
And the game's 20 years
that
old
wouldn't
too.
happen.
So sometimes these things happen.
Well, and it's the thing where I start looking at the cars that are a lap down. If the car is a lap down, it adds 1 lap to the yellow flag sequence, right? Because that lap down car isn't allowed to pit with the leaders. So then you get an extra lap because he has to go around. It gives those guys time to play their strategy. So I was looking at the stats, and there was no cars a lap down, and you're in that 64-ish lap range where sometimes the game will pull a green. And you could have that 1 lap shootout, but that's not the case tonight. Your winner, Ken Roberts.
Okay, so in the YouTube just was asking, did Ken win for a fact? Because Rodney called it out as the win, and it was a little even. Okay, I'll say I was confused. Was it the 2 beers I had before the race? Maybe, but was it just because I'm generally confused about racing? More than likely. Yeah, because of the conditions that it finished under, and then we were watching the replay there. I wasn't entirely certain myself, but
it's close. When it's within 4-ish laps to go, it's always, when a yellow comes out, you're always wondering what the game will do, because sometimes it just, I don't know what it is. You think it would just be a set number, and sometimes when you're on the track, you're like, has it been 3 laps? Maybe it's been 4 laps. And then you get a green flag, and you're like, what? The lights go out, and the pace car moves over, and then you all go green. It's weird. But I don't believe it would ever go green this close, because it would be like a half-lap shootout, and that doesn't make sense. So this is your winner, Ken Roberts. It's going to be a photo finish, everybody, at 68 miles an hour. There it is. And they're going to sandwich them. That was good. Little pancake job by Mr. Wesley and Mr. Cossey. As Ken Roberts wins another race here on the Talladega Nights Racing League. And if you do like what you're seeing, links in the description to find this league if you want to race with these guys and girls, because it is some fantastic racing. Your winner this evening is a checkered flag hanging out the window, Ken Roberts, at number 55.
What a race it was.
Mm-hmm. Keith Bynum, Greg Palmer, and Danny Carroll were also forced to retire after that last accident. Engine expired for Keith. Oh,
Yeah,
Craig up there to give him a bump. They're helping him out with the. They're helping him out with the burnout.
That's teamwork. Nice to see.
Ken's got something new up his sleeve, I can tell. He's planning something.
Yep, what do you figure?
He's got that new steering wheel in there.
Oh, that's right.
56 and 43 and a boot.
Bob Dixon with the factoids of the night. The floor is yours, Bob.
Okay, Blaine, thank you so much. Factoids are here with the top 5 fastest laps. Here we go. An honorable mention was Jeff Goodpaster. And 5th place was Jessica Sheldon. Jessica did a 47.797 second lap. That's 200.348 mile per hour, lap 55. 4th was Alex Moe. Alex did a 47.792 second lap. That's 200.369 mile per hour, lap 31. The top 4 fastest laps are all on lap 31. 3rd was Jeffrey Elliott. Squeeze me.
Ooh.
Did a 47.681 second lap, 200.835 mile per hour, lap 31. 2nd was Randy Wall. Randy did a 47.625 second lap. That's 201.071 mile per hour, lap 31. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Robert Breedlove. Robert did a 47.617 second lap. That's 201.105 mile per hour on lap 31. And the most laps led tonight was Greg Lavelle. He did 9. Grant Wesley did 24. Ken Roberts 6. Congrats, Ken, on your win. Steve Brandstetter, Jim Black 2. Jeffrey Elliott 1. Craig Hagley 1. And Mac McIntyre 1. And that's your factoids of the night, man.
Wow, that was a lot of information as always. Thank you very much, Mr. Dixon.
Anytime. I'll take myself back up.
Right on, man. Have a good night. Thanks again.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm in the booth. Man, I'm tired. My hands hurt. My feet hurt. It was a rough night, but we had a good top 10 with a crash race car. So we are looking for Kelly Causey. You ready for that guy?
Always. How was the knockout qualifying, by the way? That worked out pretty good, eh?
Not too bad. I felt bad for the guys that had to go home, more or less. They come out, they did some sprint races, and hey, it's the way it goes, guys. You know, can happen to anybody. Just work on qualifying. I think everybody needs to start working on qualifying because it's a weekly thing. So it's a good thing, but a bad thing. But I'm glad they came out to give it a shot.
Yeah, no, it was cool. A lot of the guys who didn't make it were actually in the YouTube channel watching.
All right, guys. At least you're watching it because you know what? Sometimes that's better to kick back and watch the bad boy. You ain't got to be in this mess. You know what we just went through as drivers. So I'm sure you'll be in them here real soon. So Blaine and Brad, I'm gonna bring you to number 3, Buckshot himself.
Why is my... I'm just trying to get my stats on screen here. Sorry, broadcast. There they are. Mr. Buckshot in the 00, Kelly Causey. Congratulations on your podium finish, sir.
Oh, thank you. It was a really fun race. It really was.
Looked like a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun to call a race, especially with that many guys and girls driving. It exciting to say the least, but you found your way to the front. Was there any damage on that thing?
No, I didn't have any damage whatsoever. And so got up to the front and, stayed there with Grant a good bit. And, anytime you get behind him, you're going to be up at the front, no doubt.
Yeah, follow Grant to the front. Yeah, that's good. It seemed like a good spot to be. Early wreck claimed a bunch of drivers, unfortunately, pretty early. But the rest of the race was definitely good. I mean, we were wondering about pit stops near the end, and then there was that late yellow, which kind of locked it all in for you guys. But were you worried about running out of fuel?
Yeah, me and my teammates had really talked about the fact that we might go in on that last caution lap, the one before the last one, and I wasn't sure we were going to make it, but once that last one came out, for sure had it. But it was going to be real close. It was going to be real close for me. I know that much.
Right. Did you have any extra information on the ALS race that we ran there? Like, did you have any extra crazy numbers, any finalized kind of things?
No, other than the fact that I think we set the record for views, did we not?
Yep.
Oh, that was, yeah, hands down. We had a ton of viewers. On that note, too, I wanted to thank you very much for the Put Me in Coach T-shirt you guys sent us as well. That's awesome. We were just happy to be part of it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's just a little bit of something for all the work that y'all did. It was amazing, and I know we'll do a bigger and better deal next year. And I'm working with ALS right now to get it to where we get a little more publicity and all that kind of stuff. So that was just a little happy for you guys for all the work that y'all did, and y'all did a great job.
No, well, wear it with pride, and happy to represent somebody as good as all the stories we heard was amazing. So glad to be part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the shirts, man. It was definitely a cause like that too. Like you say, we only have to top ourselves. So stay tuned. It'll get better, and it'll be glorious when we do. But yeah, man. So talking about this race too. Glorious.
Ooh. Hey,
That's
I
a big
chime
word.
in real quick.
Yes.
Blaine, Brad, thanks guys for what you do tonight for us, and I want to congratulate Kelly Kazi, Buckshot, man.
Thank you.
I wish I could have got up there with you. I love running with you. You're probably one of the best pushers out there in this racing game. And but man, congratulations again, and thank you for the invite for the ALS race. That was a treat and a pleasure. So thanks for coming out here, hanging out with us, and getting through these wrecks. And we'll get this thing better and better and better. First knockout we had, man. So that was kind of neat. Felt bad for the guys, but that's part of the program.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I thought it was a great job tonight, man. I said when it was like that last caution, I said, man, we got like 35 or 38 guys still in the lead lap. I mean, that's amazing. So I thought it was a good race. I mean, that many guys to be out there, and nobody was a lap down. We had some guys that got put out with mechanical issues or whatnot. But anyway, I thought it was a great race, and appreciate everything you do, Jeffrey, and you guys in the booth there do a great job. It's always good here. Always excited about coming in here on Fridays and Saturdays.
I appreciate that, man. We do our best. And let's give kudos to Mr. Mingus, running in third gear, the last 17 laps, third gear. He hung in there and didn't blow his motor, finished the race. And Tom Dixon, Frog Hair himself, with an 8th place finish. So congratulate to him. That's his best race he had yet. So a lot of good things tonight, man. I'll let Blaine and Brad wrap this up, but good job tonight, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Race number 1, you finished 6th, you finished 9th, you finished 3rd today. So you're a big fan of the top 10, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. Like Jeffrey said, I almost do like to push a little better. There at the end, I had to make a decision on was I going to go with Grant or was I going to go with Ken, and I had Scott to go with Ken, but ran a lot with Grant. He's such a great racer, but and then we had the low line going there right at the end. It was we had Black in the front and Ken and Grant, and then me, and then Rocket and John. So it's a good bit of us there, and really nose to nose, and really doing some good. And hate we had that wreck, because I think it was going to be a little better there at the end. But anyway, those guys do a great job, and I was just excited to be where I was at, and it was a fun race.
Yeah, a lot of fun to watch too, man. So yeah, thank you. Obviously, thank you for showing up along with the other 41 people. And it was definitely a fantastic night. So yeah, looking forward to doing it all again next Saturday.
10-4 is a record night there for Talladega Nights, Jeffrey.
I say so. And guys that had to go home for the evening, thanks guys for trying. Keep practicing qualifying, because it looks like it's the thing to do now, is to practice qualifying. Need help? There's a lot of guys out here to help.
Thanks again, Kelly.
Thank you, guys. Great job.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks.
All righty. So now I believe it's the famous 88 Grant Wesley. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So far back in 7th, it's hard to tell. But yeah, let me go get that guy for you.
Cool. Grant Wesley in the 088. Finishing 2nd place. Grant Wesley, man, back again. We've been talking to you a couple times tonight, as always, it seems.
Yep,
Never been
back
bitten.
again, just one spot short, though.
Yeah, as I say, never been bitten by the Tarnation TV curse. Every time we seem to talk about someone, they usually end up in a ball of fire. But you, not so much. We talk to you, and then you end up coming back with a podium finish. So congratulations.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. I know the odds are stacked against me. I've had a lot of great luck here, in the last few months. So, eventually it's going to happen. You can't be upset about it. It's just all fun and games.
So with a win in the first race here in season number 3, and then did you take a provisional last week, or are you saving the provisional points?
I took the provisional last week. I don't know how many provisionals they allow. But yeah, and then I found out one. Well, guess what? I used it.
I was going to say you used it on a race with 42 drivers, so you probably only got like 31 points.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was heading with that. Yep.
I noticed that too. I'm like, it's almost a strategy. There's a lot of strategy on the track, but there is if you need to take a provisional, it's almost like there's strategy on the provisionals, because if you're able to take it, if you take it on a 42 car field, you get last place points at 37 points. Where if the field was a little bit shorter, you'd get 4 points. But points are better than 0.
Oh yeah, I really hated to miss last Saturday, but with local racing getting started back up again, and they run on Saturday nights, not every weekend, but like here and there, I may be missing a few races.
So you actually drive do you own your own car, or do you drive somebody else's?
No, I used to race. I haven't in like 10 years actually. I sold everything. Yep, I just go and watch.
Gotcha. Yeah, it can't be a cheap hobby. My dad used to. I basically grew up out west, where I met Brad. My dad had a drag bike, so we lived at the drag strip.
Mile.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep, that's I got a dirt track about 15 miles up the road, and the World of Outlaw sprint cars are going to be there next Saturday. So, unfortunately,
Nice.
I'll be missing next Saturday.
Understandable. That's got to get out there and support the local talent too, right?
Yep, that's right.
Jeff, are you still rummaging around in there? He's probably looking for a muffin.
I am back. Grant, great run tonight.
That's where all the muffins went.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to go eat some muffins real quick. Get a Mountain Dew I got one for Grant too. If you need a Mountain Dew, buddy. Oh wait, that was Ken.
Oh heck yeah!
That's Ken's.
That was my last one.
Let me get you a NOS, right? Is that NOS?
Hey, I was behind the 088 a lot of the night tonight, and it says on the back of his car, "Throw me a dew." So that's all I've been thinking about.
Between the winner, Mr. Ken Roberts and Greg, you had Mountain Dew in front of you all the way around. 360. So, anyways, man, great finish. Top, most second place. You can't get much better than that besides winning the darn thing. But, man, you're tough. And glad you made it tonight. It's always nice to see you out here. And we got some reviews to do tonight, obviously. But not a bad race. Hopefully we'll get better and better. But, 41 cars, it's a lot. And we had to send, 4, 5, 6 guys home tonight. So kudos to them for trying. Looks like the thing to do is to qualify. Get better qualifying, because it might happen again. But, man, good job. Congratulations. And hopefully you'll see you out here soon. And I'll turn it over to the boys. And have a great week, man. And we got dirt racing tomorrow night at the old Gearheads with Bob Sire. So, man, bring that dirt ride out.
Yep, appreciate it, Jeff. Looking forward to slinging some dirt with you tomorrow.
10-4 on that, man. And Blaine, you need to get out there, too.
Yeah, I know. The dirt stuff's great. I've been busy, but yeah, I got to find it. And Mondays, too. With
Hey, the bunny rabbit don't need to be walked every night. Come on.
No, the bunny rabbit's cool. We just let him out. He runs around the house like a maniac. Burns off all his steam.
All right,
Thanks.
I simply don't have the forearms for the dirt racing. My weak tendons will not support that. My frame. It's a curse and a gift, honestly.
We'll get you doing some exercises. I'll send you a pamphlet.
Yeah,
listen,
that pamphlet and build some muscle.
Hey, I got to say one thing, Brad. You do look like you got some muscles. I just saw your face, your Facebook for the first time. Your voice don't match the face. You and Blaine look like you should be in like the Harley Davidsons or something like that. You guys look mean and tough up there in Canada. But anyway, hey. All right, we'll let you wrap it up with these two kick-ass language PG broadcasters, and have a great week. And I'll see you tomorrow night.
Right on, Grant. I also say thanks again. It's awesome. Always great watching. And if you've got any shout-outs, let it rip. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, just really appreciate what Jeff Elliott and Chris and all the boys here, all the admins. Really appreciate what they're doing. 45, 7 cars. I'll be honest with you. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I think that's probably the biggest field I've seen. We only had a handful of cautions too. I don't know how many cautions we had, maybe 4 or 5. But that's to be expected to have a few cautions here and there. I mean, I thought the racing was great. I had a great time up front. So just honored I can be a part of it. I want to thank you guys, Tarnation TV, Blaine and Brad. Man, you guys are awesome. Like to thank, I guess, Kelly and Ken. Hey, I worked with those guys again tonight. Those are familiar faces to me. See them over at RTG, and whenever I come over here, those are 2 guys that I can usually work really well with. So I usually look for those guys on the track, and sure enough, I found them. We got a 1, 2, 3. So congrats to Ken on the win. Good run by Jim Black. I thought he was going to get one there. He fell a little short. I'd just like to thank all my friends and family for watching. My girlfriend Brittany.
Right on, man. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. And to answer your question, there was 6 caution flags this evening, but a couple of them for blown motors too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, thanks again, man. And we'll definitely catch you back here. I'm sure this isn't the last time. So thanks for doing what you do, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, see ya.
Have a good one.
There goes Grant Wesley.
The legend, Grant Wesley.
Yes.
I will call him a legend because he's a tough guy, I tell you. All right, well, let's go get to the 2-time back-to-back winner last week and tonight. And who won last night? I believe that was Ken.
Oh, gee, I don't know. Ken. Yeah.
But I mean, my front of my webpage is turning green with Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
all
it
over
is.
it.
Yeah. All the 55s.
Do we have to talk to this guy again?
We do. Goodness.
I'm running out of stuff to say to him. I'm pretty sure I know. I've read the Ken Roberts Wikipedia, and I don't know if we have any other questions for him. Like, you won. He's like, you won. In fact, I did. Here we are.
First question I want you to ask this guy is he drinking a Mountain Dew? Because ever since Rodney painted his car, he hasn't lost. So thanks, Rodney. All right, I'm going to go get this guy, okay?
That's yours, Brad. You're up.
I think that was Rodney had slipped some of that Manitoba goose oil into the paint, giving it a sleeker finish. The paint fin, I don't know for a fact, but I'm going to go with that one. You've won again, sir. Welcome back to the first place podium. Always good to have you here, sir.
Thank you. What's up, guys?
I don't know, man. That car looks shinier than it ever did. Okay, so you won tonight. You won last night. You won the night before. You won last week. You won. You're winning. Always awesome to watch to watch the stuff, man. Like, even so, let's look here. So you qualified second and you won. You qualified last week third and you won. And then the week before that, you qualified second and ended up in 8th. So 8th out of, like, how many people are in this league? Like 70. 8th is like your lowest number that I'm seeing in the past 2 or 3 weeks, man. Is it in the paint job? It's got to be in that paint job.
I think so. A little bit.
Illegal paint job by Rodney Solid. That's all I have to say.
But it passes post-race inspection, so it can't be illegal.
It does. Yeah. Well, no, because by the time the final lap goes around, it's worn off all the illegal stuff, and it's down to the normal paint. It's a trade secret.
Yeah, Brad,
don't tell anyone.
Brad knows what's up.
Well, Ken, my only question is, real quick, is are you drinking a Mountain Dew? A regular green Mountain Dew?
Or no, at least, are you getting paid for it? You should be getting paid for it. Get him on the horn and get sponsor this fella, because he's got his sticker on our car, and he's
it's
going to make us some
all over
money.
the broadcast. Yeah.
Well, what are you drinking right now, sir? A beer?
Actually, I'm drinking water.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
me
all
too.
I really wanted to know. And I'm going to turn it on to the guys that actually know how to broadcast. But, man, congratulations. you've been on fire. You've not lost a race since you started driving that car. Did you know that?
I am a firm believer in karma, and I'm very superstitious. It's the Irish in me. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I've just got some luck right now, and you know, you get guys like Grant Wesley and Kelly Causey, you know, pushing you. I mean, you better win, or you'd be about a dumbass. You know what I mean?
Hey, I love that word. I actually think I said it too. But hey, Rodney, if you're listening, you have my phone number. I need a paint job. But anyways, congratulations for in first place again. I'll add you to the website, and it's all green now. But hey, hopefully it's green. It's green. But hey, great job, man. Awesome to see you. It's great to be. You're the head admin in this league. You do a great job, and you race at the same time. Amazing. So good job, man. And I'll see you at the dirt track tomorrow night. Here you go, boys. Take the champ.
I was going to say, Jeff, you were driving a Sullins car tonight.
I was, yes, I was. But it says
so there you go.
It says Talladega Nights on it. Maybe I need to take that off of it. I don't know. But it was a 7th car finish. But yeah, I'll take it. But yeah. But in this moment, it's all about the champ. So
it is.
Rip into him. Good
job. We'll ship you some of that highly controversial Canadian paint. Don't worry about that, Jeff. We got you taken care of.
Yep. we'll doctor that car right up for you. Anyway, yeah, Ken.
Exactly.
So yeah, congratulations again on an awesome race, leading only 7 laps, but you know, the only ones that count are the final ones. And you guys railroaded Jim, man. Like he came in 5th.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for that. When he dropped down in front of us, that was the car we needed to get by the Lavelles. I mean, they were all lined up out there, and we really weren't going anywhere. We were trying, we just couldn't get anywhere. And then Jim dropped down in front of me, and I got up on him, and Grant was, you know, pushing me, and we bumper hooked a couple times, you know, just slight bumper hooks. But once he got there, we were able to go, you know, we were able to move forward, and was able to get, you know, up in the lead there. And then when the caution came out, we was coming around turn 2 there. And, you know, had Jim stayed on the bottom, I wouldn't have done nothing. I would have just stayed right with him. But he went up the track a little bit, and I kind of stuck my nose down there, and he didn't do nothing. And I was like, well, and then Grant bumped me. And so I was already up next to him, so I just kept going. But I'll owe Jim one, that's for sure. And Grant.
Yeah, it was so exciting to watch that, too, because I was kind of looking at where you guys were in the race, wondering if it might have been a 1-lap sprint to the finish, because it was floating around like that 4 to go mark. I know the NASCAR 2003 is it's pretty predictable, but sometimes it's weird where it might give you guys the sprint, but you know, it ended under yellow, so we were focused on it as a win. But you know, I'm just watching that pace car going, maybe we'll get a sprint to the finish. But yeah, like I said, watching kind of what happened, and I'm like, oh no, you know, couple really close calls that got us holding our breath, like you were saying about the bumper hooks. But I mean, you're surrounded by all that talent. You guys can drive sideways at 200 miles an hour, apparently.
Yeah, that's a damn good group of guys up there. Was up in that top 10, top 12 guys. You know, Greg's a hell of a racer, and you know, you beat a guy like that, it's, you know, that doesn't happen very often. So I'll take it. And, we'll move on to next week, and you know, probably show more of my true colors in the next 2 or 3 weeks. See some more 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th finishes.
Well, hey, you take them when you can get them, because I mean, right now you're dominating, so that's great. And like you say, yeah, Greg actually led the most laps tonight with 28. But you know,
it was kind of fun. We was joking on Whisper, me and Greg. I said, you know, I said 2 Mountain Dew cars right up here in the front. Is this the Mountain Dew 500 or what?
There's a few. Mountain Dew is landed on at least half a dozen of those cars out there. You'll see it on trunk lids and main sponsors, secondary sponsors, but you still got the Texas Pete on there.
I'm saying it.
That's it, man. Mountain Dew, if you're watching.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, Rodney, the guy that paints all these cars, he actually fell off a ladder, and he hurt his elbow. So he's been off work for a little while, and he ain't got nothing to do at home but sit and paint cars. So he paints them, he posts them up on Facebook, and just, guys tend to just grab at them. And I've seen that Mountain Dew card. I've always liked the Mountain Dew as a sponsor. So I said to him, I said, does anybody claim that car yet? He's like, no. So a couple days went by. I said, anybody claim it? He goes, all right, I'll put a 55 on it. I said, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, because Rodney will do that. He'll put the cars up with no numbers on them, and if somebody wants it, just say, can I have a 71 on that? And then he'll just give you the car.
Yeah, and I mean, he does amazing work with these paints. I mean, he has his own little style and, and stuff like that, but he does a really good job with the paints, and so the bad thing is I have more cars than I have time and track to race them on.
Right. Yeah, we've seen over the last couple of seasons, your cars with the Texas Pete sponsors, and then, of course, a different series. You need fresh paints, and it's just an endless catalog of cars and trucks to drive. But anyway, man, yeah, thanks for your time, and I guess we'll let you get moving, and we'll wrap this thing up. It's definitely an extravaganza this evening. It was a fantastic race to watch, so we'll be back here. Looking forward to seeing you next Saturday.
All right, thanks, Blaine, Brad, everything you guys do. Jeff here, he puts on a great show. We had a lot of cars tonight. We had to do knockout qualifying, which was a first for us, but I think it went pretty good. I hate sending guys home though. That still kind of sticks in my craw a little bit, but I mean, what are you going to do? Is the game only holds so many? So, but yeah, it was a good deal tonight.
Well, thanks, buddy, and I will see you on the dirt track tomorrow, slinging some mud.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, been a treat. Awesome weekend. 2-time winner again, back to back. Great job, brother. And I guess I need to start working on the website, guys. So I can't do the reviews. So I'll leave that up for my staff up there. So good luck with that.
You've been promoted.
I've been promoted. Yeah, you've been promoted. All right. Well, good job, guys. Blaine, Brad, wrap this up, and I'm out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we're good to go. Thanks again, Jeff, for your time, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.
Yep. Appreciate it. Appreciate what you guys do, man. Can't wait to watch the broadcast.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes right now, so it's a good one.
Yep. Be the first thing Sunday.
Awesome.
All right, see you
Thanks
guys.
again, man. Have a good night.
Yep.
All right. Have a good evening.
See you guys.
All right, fellas. Thank you so much for what you did tonight for us. Like always, I can't wait to watch it myself. To everybody that watched it, thanks again. Any other leagues out there, you need to hire these guys. They're the best.
Thanks, buddy.
We keep working together and coming up with some better ideas. And we race one track, and that's Talladega, or the BSR night version of it. And obviously people like it because they keep coming, and we just try to. It's like a show. I look at this as my weekly show, guys, and it's a race, of course, but it's entertainment. So thanks again.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, thanks, bud. Yeah, no, it's lots of fun. It's the camaraderie of it. I look forward to the Saturday nights, except for the odd night when it doesn't happen live. I'm like, what am I going to do? But yeah, my Saturday nights are largely preoccupied with this. And at this point, yeah, where else would you be? Watching some racing and shooting the breeze with you fellas.
Well, you know what? I kind of had a date tonight, but you see what I did?
Yeah.
I raced this, so it went out. But
priorities, right?
Yeah. I'd hang out with 45, 50 guys. It's okay,
Women come and go, but racing is forever.
Around here, there's not too many women, so I better take what I can find. But anyway.
Yeah. You should probably call her as soon as we're done. I strongly recommend that, and then beg for forgiveness. Pro tip: someone who's been married for a while, just you beg and a few tears. You got this, Jeff. I believe in you.
But the funny part is, I sent her the link so she could hear my voice. Right.
Exactly. No, exactly.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta go check on the dog and eat him up and have a Mountain Dew on Ken. Thanks, Ken.
Have a good evening, bub.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, brother. See you guys.
And there we should shut
have
the broadcast off and go to bed.
Right.
Full-time job.
Exactly. It's darn near midnight. And how about it?
But that's the thing, man. Yeah, we'd like to thank Jeff, of course. We got Chris. We got Donnie on the website design. Bob, who purchased the TeamSpeak server. Of course, Ken Craig and all the administrators that are actually on track. There's about half a dozen of those guys on track to keep the race moving and doing what they do behind the wheel. They have to drive and control the game at the same time in certain situations.
It's a lot.
It is. It's weird. Like, you can get bossed up. You can be a boss on the track, and you have access to commands that other drivers don't. So, clearing flags that shouldn't count and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's a whole team event that goes into behind the scenes of this thing. It's a dozen guys at least.
While holding the wheel.
And of course,
an hour.
Yeah. Of course, Craig Hagley as well. I can't forget to mention him. All these beautiful renders that are running across your screen right now are rendered out by Craig. So big thanks to him. He's basically the art department. So
for sure. And the music also.
Yes.
Today we had music by the main tune. Opening tune was by Shadows on Fire. But as always, kindly provided by Jonathan Barry and Julian Craig. You'll catch them on Instagram as the Woven Warrior 28 and Julian 1986-11 respectively, and go check out the tune because they have the opening and closing loops and the winner circle loops, and basically it makes your head rock back and forth. Go give them a listen to. You know what? You're going to bed for the evening. Go into Jono's Spotify list and hit play. He gets paid while you sleep. You don't have to do anything. It costs you nothing. And support our local rockers. So they bring in us these tasty jams. Pay these people, please.
And of course, the one local rocker that we used is Typo Negative. They're the song that you hear on the it's like the launch video broadcast is now live.
Right.
Typo Negative, man, one of the best bands from the '90s and early 2000s. And rest in peace, Peter Steele, of course. But you know what? We are allowed to use that song because it was never really on an album. So I can't get copyright flag on that one, which is kind of nice because it's so good.
If you haven't, go listen to Clutch because they rock all kinds of rock, and they're not sponsored, and we can't play them because of legalities and red tape. But go listen to them because they'll rock your socks off. And let's be honest, you probably need new socks anyways.
Yeah, I run on Friday night, which is, if you're curious to see what this stuff looks like from in the cockpit of a Craftsman truck.
That's right.
I'm driving. We got the turbo version, Tarnation TV Turbo, and there's a big Clutch logo on the side of my truck.
So if you wonder what that is, that is not in fact to remind him to shift gears.
No,
it actually is the band Clutch.
Yeah, it's Clutch the band, not Clutch the pedal. But
right.
If you are watching, thanks for watching. How many? We should check the subscriber count, eh?
Are we over 100? Come on.
It's got to be. I mean,
in the YouTube chat was blowing up. We had some calls for it earlier. Like, hey, help these guys out. They're a bunch of losers and they need some more love. And so then we had that. Oh, live chat disappeared. I'm like, oh no, it's not. Let's see.
Thank you to the last. What is it? Yeah, we're up to 101.
Holy smokes! How about it? Hey,
so the three people that did it, high five.
We had someone championing us before. Larry R was championing us, saying, "Hey, folks, halfway through the race, saying, yeah, smash that like button, help Tarnation TV." He got us through. I'm gonna give him, Larry Rubenstein, a big shout out, saying thank you for being a champion and calling these guys out. Because some of admit it, some of you are lazy YouTubers. I've been one. I'll get around to liking it later. And we're not the type to beg for it. But if you do it, man, it's awesome.
It's neat to see the interaction. Because it is a thing. I
was going to say the YouTube money. Because as soon as we get over 101 subscribers, then are we not instantly millionaires?
10,000aires.
10,000? Okay. When do we get our chrome button? The big shiny silver badge?
Oh, that's $1 million, I think. No, I think it's actually 100,000. And then half a million, then $1 million.
We're like 1/1000th of the way there. So you got to be optimistic about it.
Yep.
I'm optimistic.
I'm optimistic too. In a little while, it'll get viral and we'll be there. Chilling on our,
we'll be at 125.
Right. Yeah. By the end of next week, it'll be 105. Yes, a whole entire week, and we'll see you back on Saturday.
That's what we do.
But yeah, thanks if you were watching and interacting with the channel. The YouTube chat is a fantastic place to be. Lots of interaction there tonight, and it's just race number 3 of season 3. So the only way to go is up. Thanks again, Brad, for hanging out, man. It's a lot of fun doing this stuff with you.
Thanks for having me. Would rather be indoors also on a Saturday night.
And you know something? If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice.
And you should probably give your mom a call if you can. And if not, then you should at least think about calling her.